All right, we're live because, in my opinion, the worst thing that could have happened has happened. Not in America, but in the East. The scumbag government of Zelensky and his kinfolk, who run a lot of business in Ukraine, have begun advertising for foreign men from Bangladesh, India, parts of Africa, etc., to migrate to to Ukraine to fill the spots of the Ukrainians that died so far in the war, right? And one of the posters they use, you can look this up for yourself, shows a Ukrainian woman being cradled in the arms of a sub-Saharan African man, and it's all like, so basically, Zelensky and his scumbag government that some Americans still support for some reason, because I think a lot of Americans are just stupid. They are literally sending their young men to die in a stupid war against their brothers. They are destroying Orthodox Christianity and replacing it with God only knows what. And hey, all you poor Ukrainian soldiers out there on the battlefield getting killed by Russians. And they like to say, oh, so far, 1 point something million. Actually, it's been more like 1 to 1. So if in fact Ukrainians have died too, between a Russian vehicle that's been destroyed, like 3 Ukrainian vehicles have been destroyed. So this whole import people of the Ukrainian women, it's like mind blowing to me. It's like, it's almost like I've seen this done somewhere else before, right? And I don't know. I think if I was a Ukrainian soldier and I saw that, I would immediately flip sides, because it's obvious that the government of Ukraine does not actually give a shit about the young men on the front, who are basically being sacrificed to the Russian war machine. And everybody with any brains knows that Ukraine never had a chance against Russia, short of some other powers jumping into that war. There's no way Ukraine was ever going to defeat Russia. Now, the fact that they've held out for all these years shows that they're very heroic, and we sent them billions of dollars, which, had we not, the war would have been 6 months long, because they wouldn't have had a lot of the defensive weapons that they needed to stop a Russian advance without the massive amounts of money that the US and the EU have spilled in. But can you imagine getting forced or drafted or conscripted into the Ukrainian army, sent without proper training to die on the front lines, and then they use your widow as a object to tempt foreigners to come settle your country that you died for? That's what's happening in Ukraine now. And I know a lot of people are like, oh man, you sound kind of anti Semitic. Well, I guess so, man. I guess so. I don't know. Zelensky is not a Christian. A lot of the people who are pulling a lot of the strings over there are not Christians. And it's like the same old thing. It's the same old thing. It's like, look into the group that are responsible for flooding Europe with these North Africans and Sub Saharan Africans. Everyone has one thing in common. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're being a little crazy here, right? But I cannot help that I have pattern recognition. Okay. If I see 10 things happening, it's the same 10 people doing it every time. Sorry, guys. I'm going to notice that, you know? And people will be like, oh, well, yeah. No, I'm just so sick. I mean, I was never a Ukraine supporter. I always knew Russia was in the right here. But this, just as a soldier, as a man, this is just disgusting. This is the most disgusting thing I can imagine. Being sent to die because a foreign government manipulated you, the US CIA, manipulated your country with a freaking fake coup, inserted some sort of weirdo who isn't even the same religion as 99% of the population, and sent you off to die so that they could just replace you with people from Bangladesh and Africa. At some point, we as a people group need to realize that tribalism is necessary for survival. And at some point, the people. And I'm back. I'm starting to wonder if Restream is actually taking offense at some of my thoughts or whatever, and they're the ones doing that. I mean, I don't want to sound like paranoid and stuff, but Restream's starting to piss me off. Anyway, though, for the couple of you who are watching, yeah, that sounds a little weird. Look it up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got this as a Christmas gift. It's like, well, as you probably know, it's like 30 degrees out here. So, and a lot of people are like, oh, 30 degrees. I can't believe you're wearing a wool hat in Florida. Well, I'd be wearing a wool hat if it was 30 degrees in Kentucky or Ohio, too. I mean, 30 degrees is 30 degrees wherever you're standing. Of course, down here, we've got all the dampness and everything. So that sucks. So it's cold and wet, which is a horrible combination. But, you know, some of you know this, that not a day goes by that I don't say a prayer for my Orthodox brothers fighting in Ukraine on both sides. And this idea that now, because Ukraine has lost so many men in this stupid war, that they're just going to replace them with people from shithole countries. To me, this is like a huge betrayal, you know? Now at this point, I was really hoping Russia would get to the Don River and stop there. No. I think now it is in Ukraine's best interest for Russia to push all the way to the Polish border. If that's the only way you keep Ukraine, instead of turning it into some mishmash shithole country in the middle of Eastern Europe, then yeah, it's 100% preferable that the Russians just take it all. because the people who are running Ukraine right now hate Ukraine. Obviously, they hate Ukraine. I mean, of course, if they liked Ukraine, they would have sued for peace 4 years ago. But they you even got these assholes on in the EU talking about there will be no peace deal unless Russia returns every bit of the land it's taken, including Crimea. And it's like, that's easy to say when you're sitting your communist ass in Brussels. A lot harder to say when you're freezing your balls off in the mud in Ukraine. So it's like almost like there's a concerted effort by power groups to literally destroy Ukraine, because Russia's not going to be destroyed by this. They're doing fine. I mean, I know in America, we like to think, oh my God, our sanctions, we're doing so much against Russia. But the Russian economy can handle this for the next 50 years. They're actually doing great. As a matter of fact, the people in Europe sending money to Ukraine are actually spending more money buying Russian oil than they're sending to Ukraine. So, I mean, figure that shit out, right? Germany spends more money on Russian fuel than they donate to the Ukrainian war effort. They say that the Azov Battalion, and from what I've seen, it's true, are basically a bunch of Banderists, which are hardcore nationalists, right? I wonder how the leader of the Azov battalions and the Edelweiss battalion, which is a Ukrainian unit, why they named themselves after a German flower and a World War II German mountain regiment, I don't know. But yes, there's a Ukrainian unit called the Edelweiss. I wonder how the men who volunteered to be in those units are feeling right about now, knowing that all of the casualties their nation suffered are going to be replaced by people from Bangladesh. I mean, it pissed me off. I'd be very mad. Like, if they sent me to Iraq to die, and then they used a picture of my wife to try to attract men from Bangladesh to move in and take my place and my job and everything, I'd be pissed off. I'd be really mad, assuming I lived. I mean, that's just the only word I can say for it. It's evil. It's evil. This is an evil thing that we're watching happen. And I honestly, as poorly as I've always felt about Zelensky, who I think is just the worst, this is even beyond what I thought he was capable of. Like, I've always known he was an evil, satanic bastard, but this blows my mind. This is like, yeah, I'm surprised. I don't like being surprised, but I'm surprised. This is even further than I thought. I've always said since the beginning of this war that the main point of the war in Ukraine was international groups getting Orthodox Christians killed, because ultimately that is the goal, to destroy Christianity. That is the goal. But I mean, to be so blatant about it. Like I said, there'll be a lot of people who want to hate on this video because of what I'm saying, but just because you hate me doesn't make what I'm saying wrong. It doesn't make what I'm saying a lie. I mean, the evidence is there. They're telling you what they want to do. And if you think that they only want to do that in Ukraine, you are wrong. Why do you think that the last administration let 20 million or however many people just drift across the border? Do you think that was an accident? And now they're willing to basically threaten civil war if we send these people home. And England, with their grooming gangs and stuff, and France is no better off, and neither is Germany, or neither is anywhere in Europe. And, I try so hard to keep my peace, to stay calm, to concentrate on games and stuff, especially on this channel. But you get to a point where you can't ignore things, right? I suppose you can. That would be called being a leftist. But if you're like a normal human being and you look around and you're like, this is actually happening. This is not a conspiracy. The people 20, 30 years ago that were carrying on about this, that everyone, including me, laughed at and said, nah, that's a conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't. It turns out we're the idiots. We are the idiots because we believed that all of this stuff was a conspiracy, but now you can see it in your own face. It's right there, smacking you right in the face with their dick, telling you what's going to happen. And yet, I guarantee you, there are people that will deny it. There are people who will deny it. If you want to hear more about it, go check out damn, how could I forget this guy's name? Carl Benjamin's latest show. He actually shows you the poster of the Ukrainian woman being all like hugged up on by some sub-Saharan black guy. And don't get it twisted. I mean, it's not that I'm necessarily against, interracial romance. Like, there's been a couple of black women I've saw and I thought, damn, you know what I mean? I'd do that, but this is not that. This is not natural, Like if you're in a Walmart and you see a Latina, and you think, God damn, look at the tits on that thing, and you decide you want to marry that or at least fool around with it, that's natural. That's lovely. That's great. Knock yourself out. But if you have a country that's literally sending you to die so they can replace you with these people, that's not natural. That's not the way things happen. That's like treason is what it is. It's treason. This is treason. Except in this case, it's the Ukrainian government committing treason against their own damn people. And I'm telling you, all these units fighting so hard against, their Russian brothers, they need to either lie down their arms or they need to join the Russians and take Kiev and punish every single one of these guys responsible for this stuff. Hello, Timothy. How you doing?
Yo, it's going good.
I'm glad. I saw the pictures of the property up there. You had a little bit of a dusting of snow the other day.
We're gonna get more snow this weekend.
Yeah, it was like 30 degrees last night, and it's supposed to be like that tonight too.
I saw Saturday it was going to be like -18 again.
Yeah, I talked to the mom, and they don't got snow there. That picture I posted, that's all ice. So, of course, her little Pomeranian is pissed off because the Pomeranian loves snow. She ran out to try and jump in that snow, and it's ice, and she's just like, didn't know how to handle it.
I was lied to.
You kind of caught me in the middle of a kind of heavy thing.
I know.
But then again, Tim, you know how I feel about this because the Ukrainians and the Russians are my Orthodox brothers.
I don't like it when Christians kill each other either.
I hate it. And then the idea that they're just going to import Muslims or whatever to replace them. It's satanic is what it is. It's satanic, it's evil, and whoever's responsible needs to be punished. There's no longer any further way of you can't even argue otherwise at this point.
Hey, Mobius.
Hey, Mobius. I mean, you can't even argue otherwise. This is a concerted effort to destroy Christians. And the problem is in America, you have a bunch of Protestants that think that we have to be passive under every circumstance. Even though if you watch like Father Spiridon, he talks about war. And he says, yeah, war is not a good thing, but sometimes it's necessary. And that's the problem with America is too many Baptists and whatever are, you say anything and they're like, oh, you got to turn the other cheek. No.
They don't even understand what turning the other cheek means.
Exactly. It's like, okay, it's like a priest told me, you can and should tolerate somebody insulting you,
Yeah.
but never tolerate somebody insulting Christ or attacking the church. Like if somebody attacks a church meaning to destroy it, they have to be done in. That's just it. I mean, we cannot stand here and let our faith be denigrated like this. It's so, I think that whole passivity thing is the work of the devil personally. What's up, Mobius?
Well,
Mobius, my Canadian home skillet. I can't help but notice that the Amelia effect has spread to Canada. I posted it
Amelia
on my
effect.
Discord. Yeah, now Canada's got Amelia, but I don't think her name's Amelia, but they got one.
They got their own Amelia.
They do. And Germany has Maria, and the French have an Amelia. And all of four of these Amelia types are all talking about repatriation, sending all the immigrants back to wherever they come from.
That's good.
See, America don't have an Amelia because we got Trump. So, yeah. And whether people like it or not, Trump did win the election.
We don't need to send for some virtual chick. We could just go, yep, Trump will fix it.
Trump's doing it. You know, it's like people seem to forget he won the popular vote. He won all 7 swing states, and he won the executive college. So
Electoral college.
So anyone who's standing against him, trying to stop him from doing what he's doing, is actually a traitor to the United States. They're trying to stop the will of the American people because, I mean, the votes are there, right?
You know, even after that whole shooting with that one guy, ICE's popularity actually went up.
Who did?
ICE's popularity after that one guy died. You know, the
ISIS?
ICE.
Oh, ICE. Oh, yeah. These idiots get on TV like, what's her name, from New York. They need to send her back wherever. Well, actually, we can't send her back where she come from because she come from Puerto Rico, so she's an American. But talking about we outnumber them. No, you don't, asshole. That's why we won the election.
We won the popular vote. I highly doubt you outnumbered
It's
that.
like, and the thing is, the people who are least likely to vote are like conservative people that live in the country and just are too busy taking care of their own business.
Yeah.
And don't actually give a shit about the government as long as the government leaves them alone. But these assholes that are kind of demanding a civil war will be sorely, sorely surprised if they get their way. Even in Minnesota, when they realize that the majority of people in Minnesota do not agree with the assholes out on the street, yeah, they don't want this shit to go there because you'll have Minnesotans, like actual real American Minnesotans, taking these commies out.
And not just ad props that came from other states.
Right. That's the thing. These Ilhan Omar with her fake, I got sprayed with some vinegar. Get them. If she thought it was serious, she would have went to the hospital. But instead, she continued her speech about white supremacy. She is a traitor to the United States. A lot of people are saying she needs to be sent home. I think she should be treated as a traitor of the United States. And I mean exactly what I'm saying here, you know. And people be like, but what about right-wing violence? You haven't seen right-wing violence.
Yeah.
Not since Tim McVeigh. Because most people that are conservatives are actually decent human beings and they want to be left alone. But it's like Biden won and you didn't have riots in the streets.
Well,
you just had people making fun of him, calling him Brandon and cracking jokes about. You see what I'm saying, Tim?
Yeah. What came later, Timmy McVeigh or Marvin Heemeyer? Because what would you consider that a bit of terrorism? What Heemeyer did, even though
I don't know who Heemeyer is, never heard of him, but I know Tim McVeigh was in a unit that fought alongside my unit.
Yeah, he was the guy who made the Killdozer.
Oh, yeah, but that's totally different. Making a killdozer versus blowing up a federal building.
Okay, that's kind of fair.
That's a little
Bit
different
different.
level we're talking about here, man. I
True,
mean,
true.
that's like comparing somebody who mugged somebody to like Ed Gein. There's a little bit of a
Yeah.
difference there in the that's a fact, Mobius. Most of us, even people like, say, I'm trying to think of somebody. Okay, Bear. Bear is a good, gentle man. He's not got a racist bone in his body, but at the end of the day, he just wants to be left alone. And see, the thing is, I feel bad the Canadians actually got worse than us, you know? It's like if a Democrat wins, Republicans and conservatives crack jokes and make memes and make fun of them. If a Republican wins, they burn half the shit down. And it's like Americans need to wake up and be like, that's not the way our government's supposed to work, right? If I win, then I'm going to throw all of you in prison for 30 years for taking a tour through Washington, D.C. But if you win, we're going to burn everything down. And if you say anything about it, we're going to say that the people burning everything down were actually peaceful. And it's their right to, like, I mean, they want to talk about cops stepping outside of bounds. When that Ashley Babbitt woman got shot, she was standing there unarmed. There was no reason to shoot her. She was literally just standing there unarmed. And that cop shot her ass in cold blood.
Well,
and then the Democrats defended his ass
yeah.
to the hilt, right?
She
Now,
did get
this
pushed
guy who
over,
got
but no,
shot
that
in
was-
Minneapolis the other day, in addition to be a traitor and a commie, that was like the third time he had attacked ICE. And he'd had a gun the second time, and I guess they didn't notice it because it's tucked into his waist.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm of the opinion, which I posted a meme on Discord, like if you're willing to fight against law enforcement to keep illegals and Somalis in the country, you're a traitor.
Yeah.
And you should be treated as a traitor. And you know, another thing, Timmy, that pisses me off, since I'm talking about things that I'm being in my emotions right now about things that piss me off. It pisses me off, these assholes, and I know they're on my side, but I'm going to call them assholes anyway for this, that want to call these communist scumbags in Minneapolis and wherever Confederates, because it is dishonoring the memory of the actual Confederates who never would have done this kind of shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like what? You think the Confederates would have? They didn't do that. They formed regiments. They're like, fuck you guys. We fought honorably on the field of battle. There wasn't a bunch of this crazy shit, and it wasn't all about, you know, it wasn't even about overthrowing the federal government. It was just about wanting to be their own government.
Yeah.
So it is not fair to compare the brave men who wore gray and red and fought against their brothers to the north to these fucking communist infiltrators. That is not fair. And the people on the right who do that, they're doing wrong. That is a disservice, not only to the Confederates, it's a disservice to the Union guys who fought them. Because whether people today like it or not, most Southerners and Northerners during the war, they actually liked each other. They were just doing their jobs, and their job happened to be, shooting at each other. But at the end of the war, a lot of these guys become best friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sherman,
like when
became
General
best
Bragg,
friends with a lot of Southern generals. Sherman actually became friends
I think
with
it was General Bragg. When General Bragg died, General Sherman was one of his pallbearers.
Yeah.
And he got in trouble with his commanders for treating Confederate POWs too well, because he fed them the same food he fed his own troops. Because even though he burnt his way across Georgia, he did not hate the Southerners, and he did not hate the Confederates. But yeah, trying to compare men who actually try to have a revolution and wear uniforms and fight bravely face to face with a bunch of communist they-thems with purple hair that have no fucking clue what they're doing. They just hate America. That's not It's not in the same ballpark. Is it cold in my house? Mobius, it's like 30 degrees. And down here in Florida, unlike probably Canada, a lot of houses are not as insulated as maybe yours are. And we don't turn the heat on unless somebody's going to die. You know, and so like, yeah, it's like 30 something degrees. And what do? I throw a jacket on, I throw a toque on, I fucking go, you know, and I deal with it because I don't want to pay to try to heat this house, even though this house is pretty well insulated, but like not like houses are up north, you know, up north, they really have to insulate a house. Otherwise, you know, you can't live in it during the winter. Well, one, it was a gift. Two, it's identical to the one Jane wore in the Firefly series. And three, it's very warm. It's very warm. And I love the ear things, right? Because I do have another toque, but it's a black Adidas toque and it's just a wool hat like Tim Pool wears all the time. But it don't cover your ears. And as we've already discussed multiple times in the last week, you know, chilly ears is no good, man. Your ears get cold, all of a sudden you're cold. I'm wearing my boots too, guys. Even though I'm in the house, I got my winter boots on. My they got the ones I was telling you about, they're camouflage. I use when I go to Kentucky. They got the rubber bottoms and Gore-Tex lined. And yeah, I mean, you put warm boots on, you put something on your head, you're fine. Forget about it, you know. Luckily, it's not too windy today, but the humidity is through the roof, and that makes it extra cold. When the humidity's very high, then all of a sudden the cold sticks to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that in Kentucky when you go out and there's snow on the ground and you feel just fine. But then once you get a little bit of that snow melting on you, it's like, oh my God, you know, because you get a little wet, which is why you wear rubber boots or waterproof your leather boots. But you go walking around out there with like canvas sneakers and let the snow melt into those things, and you'll be freezing. Freezing. I guess I got off my chest a bit of what I wanted to say. And like I said, people can hate on me if they want. I don't care. I am of the opinion that at some point, we Europeans have to behave tribally because everyone else is. And they're not even ashamed of it. It's like, they'll be like, we want this representation or that representation or this and that, you know? But then if one of us wants representation, we're immediately attacked. And that's just not fair. It's not fair. It's not right, you know? Either we treat everyone as individuals and we stop this tribalist bullshit, or we realize that that's just not the world we live in and we embrace it. That's kind of, or we go extinct. So there's your choices. I mean, we'll probably end up going extinct because, you know, the governments in Europe have convinced so many people, and here in America too, not to have children that, you know, and I hate to say this, but it's hard to have sympathy for a creature that won't fuck to save its own existence. You know, it's like,
just like the panda.
Just like that fucking panda. I mean, if you're not willing to reproduce, then do you even deserve to live? It's like, and a lot of it's just that people are stupid and they listen to these supposed intellectuals telling them how, you know, I love the myth of overpopulation. It's like, you know, the whole world's population could live comfortably in the state of Texas. I mean, you'd have to figure out a way to pump water there and get food there, but literally the entire population of the world could live in Texas. We are not overpopulated. If anything, we need to increase the population to keep up with the freaking this weird structure we've built where GDP has to rise. Otherwise, you know, I hate the GDP thing. I think it's stupid. It's like everyone's like, oh man, every year our GDP increases. And it's like, but is that necessarily a good thing?
It hasn't been. It hasn't been meaningfully actually improving anybody's lives. So
that's what I'm saying. Is the GDP thing really a good thing? I don't think it is.
'Tis
I
what it
mean,
is.
you've got a lot of countries that got like 1,000 people in them. They seem to be doing just fine. Everybody there's happy. They may not have the internet, but they don't give a fuck. They're out doing whatever they're doing, right? Like when I watch TV and I see those Inuits up there, they don't seem to be complaining about the GDP. And they're happier than we are. They're literally living like their Paleolithic ancestors, and they seem to be happier than we are. And they're having children. They're reproducing, they're building families, they're working, they're doing their thing. And then you get to us living in all of this fucking treasures and all of this material wealth, and we can't be bothered to have kids or do anything meaningful or be happy. Everybody's on fucking antidepressants. It's fucking sad.
Everybody's on antidepressants. There's so many in the water now. The fish are on antidepressants.
Right. That's why they don't fight so much when you catch them now. Because even the fish are like, yeah, fuck it.
Hey, Hungar.
What's up, brother?
Hey,
Yeah, you hook a fish and it just kind of goes limp and lets you drag it in because it's just like, fuck it, you know. And the frogs don't care because they're all getting down to like, you know, electronic.
Freaky amphibian trans raves.
Yeah, they're having freaky amphibian trans raves, so they don't give a shit. They're like, whatever.
Maybe that's the positive pond fishing. They still put up a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, I don't like fishing in freshwater anyway. When I used to fish a lot, it was me and my brother on the coast. And mainly because I don't like the taste of freshwater fish. I've never caught a freshwater fish that I thought, damn, that tastes really good. But there are so many saltwater fish you catch, and you're just like, man.
Never had good trout?
Trout? No. Unfortunately, I don't even know. The only trout I know of down here are sea trout.
Oh, no. Fresh river lake trout. It's an orange when it's cooked up. It's fucking delicious.
I don't know. And maybe if Dell is still in chat, he could tell me whether they even exist in Kentucky. I've never caught one. And I've fished in creeks. I've fished in the Cumberland. Never caught a trout.
It's a shame.
I mean, I've caught sunfish and grannies or bluegills, you know, things like that, crappie, smallmouth bass. But I've never seen a freshwater trout. I think they're more up north.
Yeah, they're much northern fish, but they're a tasty fish, I assure you. If you had one, you'd be like, God damn, that's a tasty fish.
You know, a relative of mine that lived in New York, upstate, that's what he said. He said he used to go out and they'd catch trout and just be like, oh, pike are greasy. They're fun to catch, though, especially when you catch like a 4-foot pike. Man, they'll put up a fight, and you got to be careful with them bastards. They got a mouthful of teeth like a Doberman. Like pike are basically like freshwater barracuda. You know what I mean? You catch that bastard, boy. They'll make you earn it. But I mean, if I end up moving to Kentucky, I'll probably take up fishing again. But really, I'll probably the only thing I'll eat is catfish, maybe. And they're greasy too. Pike are so which is probably makes them really good for you if you can eat them. It's like they say, the greasier the fish, the better it is to eat. But walleye, that's salmon. Salmon are weird because you catch them in freshwater, but they spend their whole fucking life in the saltwater. So it's like, you know. But I admit, to this day, a bagel with a smear and a nice thick layer of lox, I still go for that.
Walleye aren't salmon.
Walleyed salmon, right?
No, the walleye is a type of fish. Walleye.
Then what am I thinking of with salmon?
In the Great Lakes and stuff, they have teeth and shit. Walleye.
What am I thinking of then with the salmon?
A wall-eyed salmon? Never heard of it. Let me check and see if it exists. Could be.
No, I could just be hallucinating too. Pickerel, never seen a pickerel.
Yeah, walleye belong to the perch family, and salmon belong to the Salmonidae family.
Oh well, perch are good. You can catch perch in Kentucky. Yeah, they're not commonly, but perch are good. But smoked salmon. I love smoked salmon. Like,
I prefer Atlantic salmon to, like, I've lived both sides of the country, and out west you get Pacific salmon, and I find it tastes, I don't know, it's got just more of a gamey, I don't even say gamey because it's not, but like it's just got a weird flavor. I prefer Atlantic salmon. It's got a smoother taste.
yeah, the salmon I buy when I buy it at the deli is
The fuck, Paul?
hey Paul. They catch it from like around
Nope,
Iceland.
Paul.
So it's like Icelandic smoked salmon. And you know, like I said, you put a little cream cheese on your bagel, throw some of that on, maybe a little pepper, a little salt, you know, whatever. Or you don't need the pepper if you got like an everything bagel. But oh man, I'm a huge fan of that. I could eat that every morning for breakfast, you know. As a matter of fact, I have for when I have the salmon, I do. You know, it's like every morning I'm putting that cream cheese on, throwing that salmon on there, boy. And I don't mind baked salmon either, with the skin on even. You know, yeah, salmon I can eat, but usually it's salmon that they've caught in salt water. You know, but revolving shows. Oh no, I was listening to Bear, but then I saw that thing and I got so passionate and pissed off that I decided to yell at the world.
So
What
thing?
thing?
Not that anyone would give a shit, but I said my opinion. Ukrainian government are actually sending advertisements out to like Bangladesh and sub-Saharan Africa to try to get men to migrate to Ukraine. And on the poster, it shows like a black dude hugging up on a Ukrainian woman because they're saying they need more workers because they lost so many people. And I'm sitting here thinking, so you sacrificed 1 million young men in a stupid war against Russia, and your response is to try and drag in a bunch of shithole country people into your country to make it even more of a shithole, which pissed me off because as an Orthodox Christian, I'm already upset that Christians are killing Christians in Ukraine and Russia anyway, right? And then to do this, that is like the ultimate fuck you. Get 1 million Christians killed and then import Muslims. And offer as an incentive, hey, come here and you can fuck our hot Slavic women. That is fucked up. That is evil. That is
Remember,
just
remember
my
5,
final
6
word
years
was, I hope
ago?
Russia just goes all the way to the fucking border of Poland.
Remember
this
5,
point.
6 years ago when they were telling us replacement theory was racist theorem and it was all bullshit?
I mentioned
conspiracy
that.
theory?
Yeah, we all laughed and said those people are fucking crazy. And now all of a sudden you see it and you're just like, it's in your face.
It's just rotating. And it's happening, but it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Next it'll be like, yeah, they'll deny, and then they'll tell you it's a good thing.
That's it. It's
It's the pattern of, no, that's a conspiracy theory. Well, why do you care if it's happening? Sure, it's happening. It's a good thing. You're a racist if you don't like that it's happening. Like, that's the cycle we go through, right? Like, just fucking endlessly on everything.
I was surprised though, and I thought about you when I was watching this on YouTube. Yeah, Canada has an Amelia. She's not called Amelia, but they have an Amelia.
What the fuck's an Amelia?
Amelia is the purple-haired goth chick in England that's demanding that the men stand up and throw all of the invaders out.
Uh-huh.
She was part of
videos about making her the queen of England and shit like this, even though she was in a video game that was supposed to teach young people how not to become right-wing extremists, and she was the bad guy in the game because she was always telling your character, hey, I'm going to go to an anti-immigration protest. Do you want to go? But if you went, then the teachers would read you the riot act and you could possibly go to prison, right?
Yeah, the government made an adventure
game
made
where this.
And,
I saw it on Asmongold,
but they
totally backfired.
They made the nationalistic character like this a hot goth
chick in the pink blouse with the purple hair.
So naturally, people played it to lose because they're like, "We're going with the hot goth chick. We don't care," And she's saying, like,
so they had to shut the game down for a while to try to figure out what to do.
Well, the crazy thing was too is like,
you're a dude sitting in college and a hot goth chick starts talking to you about stuff. You're going to be like, "Tell me more."
Well, the crazier thing was too was like what led you along the losing path was if you did any independent investigation into any of this, they said, no, you shouldn't. That is wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, oh, don't think about it. Just die.
Yeah,
pretty much.
the
What do they
part-
want?
Then
Just
the first one to come
lay
out,
down and die.
they made like 10 Amelias at least for England, and then all of a sudden Maria shows up in Deutschland, and there's a whole Maria now with her blonde self dressed up like a traditional mountain German, you know, Erica looking chick, and she's going off in German about how much she loves Germany and how these Muslims need to go home. And then just today, the French Amelia showed up. I forget her name, but she's singing the song about sun on your shoulders, and it's all about remigrating Africans out of Europe. But they'll be happy when they go home because they'll have the sun on their shoulders, and they'll be around their own people and be able to eat the food that they like. And yeah, so you got the French one, the English one, the German one, and now Canada, who is a hot blonde wearing a parka in the snow, being like, I love Canada. Look at our beautiful mountains, blah, blah, blah. You know what I don't love, though? And she starts going off on, like, you know, immigration. I don't love that there's a whatever a Muslim school is called on every other block, you know, and I don't love this. And she's like, we're Canadians. We love our country. Why are we giving it away? You know? And I was like, well, you know what they say, get the Canadians pissed off enough and they'll bust out the Geneva checklist.
The Geneva
So, yeah.
suggestions.
The Geneva suggestion, yeah. What is now? What do they mean when they say elbows up? That's like the new thing.
Oh,
It
that's
is the
hockey.
stupidest. So it's a stupid fucking thing, right? Like elbows up is a hockey term.
Yeah,
But the thing
okay.
is that Carney, when he was running for office, used it as his catchphrase against Trump, right? Elbows up against the Americans. And this idiot rapper made a song, and there's this really, really cringe video of Carney and his wife at the victory party trying to dance to the song, and they're just like so fucking boomer it hurts. Like
Oh,
it's just
boy.
really bad. And this is how they won the election. Everyone forgets Carney was Trudeau's economic advisor for a long period of time, and Carney's big World Economic Forum guy and stuff like that. And you know, he's a piece of shit. He's a fucking,
Yeah.
he's just a cunt. And what they did was when Trump, because Trump can't keep his fucking mouth shut, riled up everybody about the 50.
I wish I could yell at you, but you're right. This is where Trump overplayed his hand a little
Yeah,
bit.
he overplayed his hand, and all the fucking boomers started being all like, elbows up, Canada. And so as a result, we wound up with this shit government we have now.
And
that
said
is just
Polyev,
continuing
who would have
10
been
fucking
better.
years of garbage fucking bullshit. But like the thing is that the lies they told about Polyev that people believe. My
Oh.
sister works for the federal government. She's in the Veteran Affairs Department as an accountant. She
They
does,
were
like,
saying how
accounting.
Polyev was just going to give Canada to America and all kinds
Oh
of
no! They told all the government workers, believe this or not, at least in her department, Polyev's policy was he was going to give every veteran, living veteran, X amount of thousands of dollars that would have added up to like, you know, $500 million Canadian and blah 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 blah. And she's telling me this, and I'm like, Madeline, I watch all of his shit. He's never said that he wants to give $500 million to veterans. But how about this, Maddie? What if he does? Oh my God. Hey, what a crazy idea that we give our veterans money to live their lives on a little bit because they fucking went and fought for our country.
No,
or
the
served our
rule
country
is
or all
for
that.
veteran, go to the MAID program.
Yeah, exactly. Instead, go to MAID, you fucking
Just go
cunts.
get your assisted, you know, self-deletion, right? And then Carney got up there with his punk ass, and in my opinion, I don't even think he's Canadian.
Well, he's Irish citizen too. And
Yeah,
British.
I mean, and he worked for Bank of England.
That's, what is I was going to say is
But
your
he
prime
got up there and
minister?
said, Trump is evil and Trump is a bad man. And all of the boomers in Canada are like, oh my God, we got to stand up to Trump.
Isn't
And
that crazy?
voted
Because
themselves into more bullshit because boomers are dumb.
Oh,
'cause you're-
they're the dumbest fucking people. Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
no, where's your prime minister is the one that was of the former Treasury Secretary or whatever, the exchequer
yeah.
from England.
So
That's the thing. It's
my
all these
British
guys
friends-
with multiple passports, and they're just bouncing around, taking
Yep.
over everything.
and they're all
Yeah.
and they're all part of the World Economic Forum. They're all part of this weird Marxist oligarchy that wants to fucking take away everything we have and make us fucking be their serfs because they're all terrified. Because late stage capitalism or crony capitalism or corporatism, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
is failing, and it is now capitalism is at the point feudalism was at right before capitalism took over from feudalism, right? And but the problem is just like then nobody knew what was coming next. They don't know what's coming next, so they're looking back with fondness at feudalism and what a great idea that was. And like Max Boivin, you know, Max Boivin are friends, and I've said this to his face.
Mhm.
Anyone who thinks feudalism was a good fucking idea is a fucking moron. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
the
not a
ideal
fan
of
of
the
feudalism, even though
know?
sometimes I identify as a monarchist. But I mean, there's a difference between being a monarchist and believing in feudalism, because in feudalism, the serf is actually owned. It's a
Yeah.
possession. You are a possession of your landowner. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
you're part of the land, exactly.
whereas as a monarchist, you just got a king, but you can have a completely normal representative government under that,
Sure.
as
not
they do in
feudalism.
England. And
But not in-
actually, a lot of Europe, there are places that have kings I didn't even know did. Italy has a royal family. Spain
Yes,
has a
they do.
royal family.
Denmark does.
Denmark
The
does.
Netherlands
So I
does.
mean, shit.
Japan does.
So Shadow Dark, eh? Flip flop like a fish.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
know
not.
about
I'm not.
Shadow Dark.
I'm not
The last
engaging,
thing I
dude.
heard
He's
is
trying.
people
He's
like
trying to
it.
bait me, man. He's trying to bait me. Just ignore him. He's just in his. He's drunk or something. He wants to try and start a fight with me tonight.
Why-
He went and
how would
posted that on one of my
Shadow Dark
videos because
start a
I'm
fight?
getting into Shadow Dark and I'm starting to really look into Shadow Dark and stuff like that. So of course,
I know
because
double-
hang on, because he hates me so much, he has to sub to all my channels and then go comment and watch all my videos. I don't understand it. Clearly,
hold
he has a
on. I'm
crush
gonna
on
give
me.
him the benefit
And
of
you know
the
what?
doubt.
I get it. Homosexual panic is a terrifying thing when you realize you want to have sex with another man, and therefore you have to act like this. What can I do?
You want to have
It
sex
is what
with
it
other
is.
men, or you act like that? You said I do, so I'm just like, where are you going, Bear? I mean, I still love you, bro, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever. I won't love you, but I'll still love you. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, James is on. I can watch until my Shadow Dark game in 30 minutes.
Yeah, Coco
Look,
plays in Dungeon
My
Damsel and
homie
Zane's.
Double D is as right wing as I am, and he hates woke shit probably as much or more than I do. And he said positive things about Shadow Dark.
It's a good
So
game.
I don't see what the problem is, you know?
When I sat down and actually read it with an open mind, I was actually surprised at how decent a little game it is. It's just the way it is.
That's what happened with
Good
me in
game.
Hyperborea. I've owned this game since the Kickstarter. How long has that been? Like
That's a
4
while,
years
man.
ago.
That's a while, man. That's a while.
And I just threw it in the shelf and I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I heard from somebody, you know, this game is actually pretty good. So I pulled it out, started reading through it, and I was like, holy shit, this game is actually pretty good. But
I'm looking forward to well, I'm looking forward to Cold Iron making memes about me.
There's nothing wrong with living alone with cats. Look, if you're a man and you live alone and you have found peace within yourself with that situation, the worst fucking thing you could do is try to drag someone into your life to fuck it up.
Finding peace within yourself is the secret that sadly someone is missing in their life, so they have to do this. It's life. I'm done. I don't care.
There. Like if something ever happens to my wife, make fun of me for living alone with a fucking Pomeranian, because I will try to find peace with myself and my God. And I'm not trying to bring some crazy bitch into my life to fuck that up.
No, God, no.
No, I mean, you know, you get the one good wife in your life, and after that, you just fucking, you checked it off and you move on. You know,
it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
So I have to disagree there, Mobius. There's no shame in a man who's found peace with himself, living with himself. You know, I think that's a feminist ploy to try to convince men that you have to date these crazy bitches. No, you don't. Actually,
James, it's all good. Just let it go, man.
No, I'm not even arguing like with Mobius. I'm just my opinion. Whatever helps me sleep at night. I forget what it's called. It starts with a P, and then like a shit ton of clonazepam. This veteran is medicated for your safety. But anyway, so yeah, I probably shouldn't make fun of women for all being on SRIs since I'm on clonazepam, and that's like a major fucking downer. You know, it's like basically it's like Valium but more, and I'm on the highest dose. So when you see me getting all crazy on here, just remember I'm on the highest dose a human being can be on of something stronger than Valium. Yeah, if I go without my meds, I get a little frantic and completely violent. Like I just get full of rage. But RPG Dad, how you doing, brother? But Mobius, I mean, come on, bro. Be cool for my sake. Just be cool. You don't have to follow my homie over to my channel to whatever. I mean, you don't have to do that. Make your own channel and talk all the shit you want about Bear, and Bear will ignore you and you can feel better about your life. You know, but and also I would tell you, since I mean me and you get along pretty good in every other circumstance, whatever you're mad about, you gotta let that shit go, bro. Because at this point, you're just hurting yourself. Just hurting yourself, man. Because you're shouting in the void. Now, me, I never give up on people. So I will fucking try to work things out with you till the sun burns out. But
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
I'm done.
Yeah, it is what it is. C'est la vie.
C'est la vie, c'est la vie. You remember that song? I forget who did it, but it was a good song.
Robbie Neville.
Yeah. Robbie Neville. Was he the same guy that did the I bet you wonder where I am?
Don't know.
You know? And everybody thought he was black. I just called to let you know. You got a hold on me and I can't let go.
Oh my god, I know who you're talking about. Because yeah, that was the one that Chappelle joked about, where he thought he was black.
Yeah, because this dude is like from Australia or some shit. And every time you watch like a reaction video and a brother sees him, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's not Robbie Neville.
Yeah, because he's like a skinny little white dude. But boy, he's got a lot of soul, man. I consume content. I don't lie about people. Well, it's okay. You can only say what your beef is a million times. The point is, Mobius, my Canadian brethren, is you are not going to find resolution to your problems with the actions you are pursuing. You know, like one person can't fight by themselves, and Bear's not fighting with you. So at a point, you just come off as a fucking bully a little bit, like talking shit about somebody that refuses to talk shit back. It's like, come on, dude.
Bobby Caldwell, by the way. Bobby
Caldwell. That guy, I love watching like random black people reacting to him. It is hilarious because they'll be watching, and then when he steps out of the shadow into the light, and you see him double take, like I seen one where the dude actually calls his mom. He's like, Mom, you know that song by Bobby Caldwell? And you can't hear her. And she's like, did you know he's white? And then he's like, why didn't you ever tell me? Because apparently his mom knew, but he never did.
I like how I typed in Bobby Caldwell into the YouTube search, and the main reaction one of all black people freaking out is called Trap House Reactions. I was like, okay, I guess it's a little on the nose.
I'm actually in a reaction, believe it or not. One of those guys did one of those where they take like 20 people who reacted to a song and put them all together. Uh-huh. And I'm one of them. Somebody sent me a message. They're like, hey, check this out, man. You're in it. And I watch it. I was like, oh, nice. Well, there I am. The bearded white dude being like, yeah, I like this. It's pretty good. You know, like, another one I love to see people react to is Ram Jam. Black Betty. Watch young black dudes watch Black Betty for the first time. And they're like, that white dude singing about getting with a sister, you know, when they start getting what he's saying. They're like, oh, she's from Birmingham down in Alabama, and she's shaking that thing. And they're like, oh man, that guy got the jungle fever over here or whatever. It's so hilarious. And they filmed that video for like $100 in the drummer's backyard. Because they spent all the money the studio gave them to make a video on weed and alcohol. So then they just had to go to this dude's backyard and film it doing heroin. Oh, man. Oh, man. Come on. We're not going to fight in the chat, guys. If you want to argue over games, that's one thing. But this shit's getting old.
Well,
like I said, I want to be the peacemaker, but come on. At this point, there's only one person keeping shit going.
Yep.
And Mobius, I don't want to like
Paul.
piss you off, bro, but
Fucking
right now
Paul.
you're acting like
I did
Condor did with me.
Behind the scenes.
When Condor got a
Paul.
freaking his ass all up in a fucking whatever and was following me around, calling me a fucking liar all the time and shit. And it's just like, really, dude? Fuck. It's weak. It's weak, man. Come on. But
I just had a fizzle of a thought of
trying
like,
to replace all the Ukrainian dead.
What's your
That
thought?
pissed
What's your
me off.
thought?
I was
now
like,
we're
I
talking
have to
about-
figure out who this Condor guy is because he keeps getting referenced like as like the Voldemort of.
You know
like,
what?
He's
Just
there's always
He's
a big-
actually not a bad guy. He's just a guy that did a couple of things he
Okay.
shouldn't have done.
Gotcha. Is he a gamer? Because that's usually how
Yeah,
it goes.
actually, and when he concentrates on making videos about second edition AD&D and shit,
Yeah.
they're not bad.
Sometimes
so I mean,
they
Condor
have a
does
spastic
kind of
moment.
understand the game. He's not
Yeah.
an idiot, but for some reason, a couple years ago, he just would randomly attack people over the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
And he come after me. He come after freaking Double D. He's come after basically everyone that you know and watch. Richard, freaking,
Bloodworth? What did he do?
he has come after everybody.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
the guy's unhinged, right? Like he's not. There's something wrong,
Yeah.
and he just kind of spurgs out about people, and
And
It's
then
really
it's
weird.
very cute. I think First Nation's wife left him for his own brother or something.
Oh, that
Oh, he
messed
freaked
you up.
about that too. Yeah, she might have been a
Oh,
little
yeah.
chunky, but I like Native women anyway, so I thought she was cute.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's just some dude that lives like
Wow.
in freaking Nova Scotia or something
yeah, he's
and makes short form videos talking shit. But he's been really good lately. So Condor, if you ever watch this, bro, keep up what you're doing. You know?
Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of like how we talk about Garrity, but no one hates Garrity. We don't hate Condor. But he is
I
just
feel bad
this
for the
dude
guy.
that-
Garibay, it seemed like people were just laughing about his format where he just kept doing the delivery car thing where he's talking about D&D, and it seemed like Double D was just using him as a lol cow. He was just milking him for a while.
because he did go through that character arc. I'm hoping that like he figured some shit out and he just goes back to making D&D videos and shit.
Hmm.
And living his best life. I mean, for a while he subscribed to me. We talked all the time in comments and shit. And then I don't know what I did, but it offended him really bad. And then he started
You disagreed with
stalking me
him.
and talking
You
shit.
disagreed with him. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You disagreed with him. That's
And
the guy.
then I
Max
but I
Liao,
wasn't the only one. He went after what's his name in California? The Angry Gamer. He went after him big time.
No, Max Liao broke it down best. He said, you agree with the guy 90%, but all he cares about is the 10% you disagree, and that makes you the devil with him.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do.
Yeah.
People are
But
people, man.
but I have
People are
no
people.
ill will towards him at all. I mean, to me, he's just some dude that lives in the frozen north and has opinions, and I'm like, okay. I mean, have your opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with him, but like I said, I will compliment Condor in the fact that when he was making videos about DM advice and shit, they weren't bad.
Right.
You know, he was doing his thing. Everybody was cool. And then he, like Bear said, he just kind of,
Just snapped. Unfortunately, I only met him after the snap when he decided to come after me, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing coming after me, man?" Like, I
Yeah,
didn't even
hey,
talk
went
about
after
Who are you?
Bear.
I didn't even know you existed. Fuck, you know?
Shauner went after Bear, and Shauner was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my homies, man. But
Well,
Shauner,
he
Shauner
liked
and I
Bear
had a
more
very
than he liked
strange
Connell,
relationship.
though. He called
He hated
Connell a waste
Connell.
of fucking space.
Yeah.
And when Connell would be on a panel, Shauner would be like, "Why is he on a panel? He don't know shit." And I mean, he was harsh, man. It'd be like, "Damn, Shauner, you're an old dude in California somewhere. Calm down, you know."
well, that was the thing. Like, yeah, I only knew Shauner as this guy who would kind of come in and bring a stink in the room and then leave. And then I heard he passed, and I was like, that's the legacy you leave, I guess. It's
Not to me. To me, he'll always be my traveler homie
Sure.
from like 17 years ago. when we
That's-
started
that-
hanging. You know,
That's why, like, yeah, definitely get on here, share your hobbies and shit. But if you got something going on, go and take care of it. Nobody cares about all the
You know,
beefs and all that stuff.
P,
You're not going to build
I think
heat
that
like it's wrestling.
possible that when he started, he knew, but none of us knew
Hmm.
that he was getting to the end there. That could have had a lot to do with
The negative attitude stuff. Yeah.
him just being
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, fuck you guys," and this.
Hey, TCG.
Hey, TCG, what's up, brother?
Hey,
Because there was
Crafty,
another
what's
guy
up?
that used to hang out in all of our chats, L, not
that
James
guy.
L, but just L, and he
That
was
guy was
really cool.
something
And then
else.
like
I
he
think
ended
I've
up
seen that
getting
name,
put on
James L. What
hospice. And
No,
after
not
he
James
got put
L.
on hospice, that dude
Just a guy
just
named L.
Oh, just L.
started
Okay.
hating
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh my god, he went crazy.
Gotcha.
And a shit stir boy. If
Snap.
I said anything about anything, he'd go to other people and tell them, James talking shit about you. Like he tried to stir shit up with me and Max.
Yeah.
And then Max Lau is the one that Condor really hated because Condor believes the reason he only has the number of subscribers he has is because Max Lau is making it where he can't get any more somehow.
Which how he would be doing that is beyond me, but okay.
I agree, Mobius. I miss Shauner. But like I said, Shauner was my homie for well over a decade. A lot of people didn't understand the guy, but the thing is, when he and I were talking, like on a panel, I could tell when he was getting ready to troll because he always got a very particular look in his eyes when he's getting ready to say something fucking out of pocket, right? And I could recognize it. So whatever he said, I would be like, okay, and then I'd fuck with him back. Because he'd make a video say about Bear, talking about how much Bear sucked. And I would make the video of his video about Bear talking shit. And it was like Inception. We would go like 5 videos deep on the shit. And then he would block me. And then he'd unblock me. And then I helped him write his book. And by help, I mean I read it and said it was cool. I mean, we had a very complicated relationship.
Was that the
Like
one
I
on Drive
said,
Through about role playing, like how he likes
hard
his role
way.
playing standards? Oh yeah, the hard way. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Go
yeah. I
play the
read that.
hard way.
Yeah.
I don't even know if my name's in the book, even though like he gave me the PDF for free. I never looked. But his role playing technique was really weird to me though, but I never like judged it. But like if you were playing a game of Traveler with Shauner and somebody was standing, say, 5 feet away from you and you said you pulled your pistol out and shot him in the face, he didn't make you roll. You pulled the pistol out and shot him in the face. And I was like, but and he was like, no. He had this whole thing about how so many players in the world are just basically breathing dice rollers. They actually have no concept of anything.
Right.
So he was one of those
his beef with me was
guys that-
weird. Like I let him on my my panel show 3 times, because everyone's like, "Don't get anywhere near Sean." I'm like, "Well, I'll let the guy. I don't know him. Let's see what happens." And I let him on 2 or 3 times he was on, and he was always fine and respectful, and it was a fine conversation. And then just out of the blue, he does this like 3-piece hit video on me, where he's just shit talking me for 3 videos, and I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
Like I said, though, he
what the
probably
fuck?
had gotten the news that things were bad by that time and was because 10 years ago, he was not like that at all. He would log on. He had programmed his computer to talk back to him with like this kind of sexy female voice. And he'd do it all up sci-fi and shit. And like it would be like he was on a starship and he would ask the computer stuff. And the computer was like, what's the one from Halo?
Oh, Cortana.
Cortana, and but yeah, he never had beef with anyone until the last couple of years there. And then he started trying to beef with people. I know him and Max were hanging out a lot, and Rick, and they had like their own little sewing bee going.
It's a good term for it.
But yep. But when it comes to being an actual member of the whole group of us and stuff, Shauner can at least, Shauner was a positive thing. Even though he did negative things, he did a lot of good things too. You know what I mean? And he was always just trying to get people to play more immersive games. That was his thing. Shauner was the ultimate story gamer, really. That was really what Shawner was. He was the ultimate story gamer. He wanted a super immersive game, no matter what the game was. Like a certain member of this panel right now, he referred to AD&D as like an adventure game, not a role-playing game.
Yeah.
I mean, so he made great points.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I make no, yeah. I try not, I do not obfuscate. D&D for me, it's very much, yeah. It's not, you don't play your role, everybody plays the class, and it's like, that's cool.
You know what, James? In honor of you being a cool dude, I'm going to do this because it's time for this to be done. Mobius, I offer you this. Let it go. You don't have to talk to me. I don't have to talk to you. You don't have to acknowledge me. I won't acknowledge you. We just go our separate ways. We can coexist in the same space without having to have this fucking animosity, because it's now affecting other people around us, and they're getting upset about it. So why don't we just bury the fucking hatchet here, put it in the fucking dirt, cover the dirt, and never speak to each other again. I'm offering this man to man. You do what you want with it. This is my offer.
Well, that's big of you, I have to say. It takes a big guy to be like, look, you know.
I just don't want anybody else getting involved in this shit anymore. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be involved in this shit.
No.
But, you know, it puts me in a weird headspace because you're my homie, but I like him too, but you're my homie. You always join
and you don't have to choose. You don't have to choose, man.
I know I don't have to choose. And I mean, no hate to Mobius, but it wouldn't be a choice. Mobius is a name in chat, and you are a face that I've conversed with for hundreds of hours.
Strange. Jesus.
So you see what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
it's a difference, but that don't mean I want to hate on Mobius either. But
no, and I don't want anybody to be hating on anybody. You know what I mean?
That was one thing Shawner would do. If you didn't have your own channel with videos on, he would ban your ass, block your ass, right? Because he always said, if you ain't got nothing to say, he don't want to hear it.
Right. You know? I mean, there is a point to that. Like I was saying, I forgot what Bear was mentioning on his channel. He was you were getting pushback for whatever, just switching gears for your different games and stuff, switching up what the mechanics were or whatever, and people would be like, "Oh my god, the world, the sky is falling," and it's look, man,
my answer is to that
skin in the game. So
my answer to that too is, oh really? What have you published?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, with no skin in the game, it's like, come on. I've seen this. People try to
talk shit about me. Go ahead, talk shit till the cows go home. But put your money where your mouth is and publish something. Put it out in the free markets.
To be fair, I published something. It's not very good, but I did publish something a long time ago.
Yes, you did. I have it.
Like 15 years ago.
I have a copy.
Yeah, you have a copy of it. So it's not great. It could definitely use a more skilled person to like organize it and edit it. But then again, my excuse is I was on a shit ton of pain meds when I wrote it.
My advice to you is convince Doc to, take a stab at it. He'll take him like an afternoon or something. Then you'll have a new copy of it.
If Doc wanted to make a second edition of that, he could do it and sell it and not even give me a nickel. I wouldn't give a shit. I would give him 100% full rights to make a second edition, straighten it up, and do your thing. Just put based on, so that I can be like, hey, cool, because I never did it looking to make money anyway. Like the money that's on Drive-Thru RPG and Lulu, I've never collected it. So sometimes I'll go on there and I'll look and it'll be like, oh, so I've got X amount of money on there, but I don't care. Like, whatever.
Literally tens of dollars in publishing. Yes.
Right, literally tens of dollars.
Literally.
I've got 13 cents, or I could turn it into a full quarter of store credit. Oh boy.
Actually, I have to admit, Drive-Thru RPG, when I got up into the tens of dollars, I did get something free. Because I had them convert what I had earned into credit.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that. Yeah.
And then I just got a book with But yeah. But then they redid shit, and I don't even know if it's on their store again. Because Drive-Thru RPG, every now and then they redo things. And if you don't redo the book that you're trying to sell with them, it just kind of doesn't. So and it was on Biggest Geekus for a long time, but it was free.
What happened to them? They went under, right? Or they closed down or something?
Yeah, but I don't think it was a money thing. I think they just got tired of.
Which one was that? Big Geek Emporium or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like their business failed. They just both were older guys and we're like, fuck it,
Just
we'd
tired
rather
of it.
play D&D. You
Well,
know?
it absolutely breaks my heart that there hasn't been a solid drive-through competitor, like a
They
solid
need one. Yeah.
because they get away with Blue Murder over there. Because where else you gonna go? The other RPG PDF store, and it's like, yeah, no.
Yep.
And I'm surprised someone hasn't had the money and the brains to start one up, because I think it would, it would hurt them.
Mobius, I told you I like you a lot, man. And I know you've been around forever, but in this regard, because you're the one that's the attacker in the chats and the other person's saying, just leave me alone, it does kind of make you look bad. And if Bear flip-flopped on something, I don't give a shit. I flip-flop all the time on shit. It's called being a human. Sometimes you have an opinion and then you realize you're an idiot. And then you have a different opinion. And sometimes you might even say stuff that turns out not to be correct at all, but then you find out you're an idiot. I mean, it happens all the time to everybody, man. It's called being human.
And I call it breakfast.
It's called breakfast, right? I mean, like I said, I spent years hating Vampire 5th Edition. And then one day I actually sat down and read it, and I was like, you know what? I'm an idiot. 5th edition is the best fucking edition of Vampire. It's the only edition that makes being a vampire actually a problem. Because of the way rouse checks work and hunger. You can't just run around burning celerity like 10 times because you've got blood pool and then worry about feeding later. With fucking 5e, every time you use an ability, you make that rouse check, that hunger goes up. Eventually, you berserk out. And the next thing you know, you're being staked out and fed to the sun by the prince because you're a fucking idiot. It actually adds danger to being a vampire. So 5e, I think, is the best vampire game. Because, it makes you... I mean, 2nd edition is good, but the problem is, like I said, if you let people use background points and buy lower gen, then you end up with people with like a blood pool 15 that can burn 3 blood around. And at that point, they're like Superman, when they get their disciplines up, they're literally like superheroes. They're like the Flash. They can move faster than Flash. They can hit harder than Superman. They can fuck with your mind better than Professor X. Jump on the hot thing to sell products.
No,
if it was Mobius, he's way late to that fucking barbecue.
Big time.
Because Shadow Dark came out like, what, 2 years ago now?
It's still doing fine in sales, but I had a couple of people say you should look at Shadow Dark. I was like,
well, you were talking about 5e. I personally would have suggested Shadow Dark over 5e.
Yeah, but that's the thing. People were like, don't do 5e, do Shadow Dark. And I'm like, why? And they're like, read it. You'll see. You'll like it. So I read it. And I'm like, you know what? When I read this 2 years ago, I was so knee-deep in Heroic and all that stress of Heroic, I didn't really give it a fair shake. Now I'm giving it a fair shake, and I like it. There's stuff about it I don't like, but there's stuff I do see. And the big thing I'm liking is as I look into the community, because I'm a big modder. Like, I'm going to do a BX game, it's going to have mods. If I do this game, it's going to have mods, it's going to have different things in it, not just rules as written. That community is really open to it, unlike the BX community or the 5e community who fucking scream at you for daring to touch their holiest of holies. These people are like, it's not really for my taste, but you go, bro. Like, they're really supportive of each other. And that's a great community.
Here's the thing I love the most about your idea of going to Shadow Dark is you're an independent creator making a game based on another independent creator instead of trying to lick the boot of the corporate scumbags in Seattle.
Well,
who, in my opinion, can all fuck themselves.
Listen, I'm not going to make any money. Okay? Like, that's just reality. I know that from publishing. I'm not going to make any money. I don't care about that.
It's hard.
It's very hard to make money. So I want to make the best thing I can make with it. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's one choice. Fight with the stream or swim. Take a pick, right? Well, fighting the stream is just going to end me frustrated and I'm going to be upset and I'm going to be sad because I didn't have any success. But if I can work with a community that's supportive and are going to be supportive of the product, why the fuck wouldn't I? That would be insane to go, no, I want nothing to do with your support in good-natured ways. No, go to fucking hell, you nice people. Like, that would be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, Shadow Dark's not for me, obviously, but from everything I've heard, it's a well done game, and the lady that created it is really nice.
Kelsey Dion's apparently a
Like
super nice
very
person.
approachable, really cool. Not a prick at all. And heaven knows you can't say that about a lot of game designers.
No, you cannot.
And
you certainly can't say that about
her
Watsky
little
and Paizo.
group of fans are all cool, then fucking I would say go for it.
Well, she leads by example, right? Like she's cool as shit. So they can't turn around and be all puritanical about it when the person that made the thing that they're all loving goes, I like this, or I'm cool with this. She's gone on and helped people who have done games with her. Vic Gorchev, man, was getting a ton of shit from some people that were accusing him of a whole bunch of shit. She stepped up to play for him. For Victor Gorchev, she didn't fucking know Victor. Victor was nobody to her, but she went out of her way to stake his
just
side.
some Russian mobster hiding out in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands with tulips and windmills and clogs.
You're right. I mean, like she knows anything about him. Yeah. But it could be about economics. But the point is, Mobius, look at what you're writing, homie. You're just not letting it go. You're like a dog with a bone. And I'm begging you, let's talk about anything else, man. I mean, you and I are right on board when it comes to the games. We both loved Shauner to death. I mean, we have so much in common. So just drop this for a while for me, please. And in return, I'll say a prayer for your country that you guys figure it out. Or something, Hopefully you guys
I've made my offer. I've made my offer, and this is the last thing I'm saying on it.
Hey, yeah. I mean, But
hey, Jim, you know how I know I got to clean this place up? I was digging around. I found Burger King ashtrays.
Wow.
That I took when I was in middle school. Yeah.
Those are probably worth money. You can probably go on eBay and get some money for those.
They stamp these out. I got 2 of them, because we would hang out in somebody's garage smoking or whatever like that. And it's like, I've got the ashtrays right here at Burger King.
Went to Burger King and snatched a couple of ashtrays.
When I was in high school, we used to hang out at the Burger King near the school between classes. And we just order a fry and then just all to sit there and smoke like those ashtrays, man.
That's cool. I bet they're collectible now because they haven't made them in decades.
Yeah, it's been a while. Quarter century at least.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, man. That's just the Gen X life. You're sitting there eating your Happy Meal and your parents are just smoking up a storm at the table right with you, and then you go out and have a battle royal in the fucking box pit.
So just so you know, a guy was selling them on eBay for $20 a pop, and he sold 21 and has none left.
Hyperborea, they have nice weather there. No Mobius, unfortunately. I have to disagree with you.
Really? Because I found one that's $8 right now.
Well, it's probably beat up.
I found one at $15. 2 sold.
Hyperborea has the worst weather ever in the center, and it gets warmer the closer to the edge you get. So if you're on the actual main continent, the center of it is like fucking North Saskatchewan. Or the Yukon with all the mountains. But if you get to the very edge of the continent, then it turns into fucking dinosaur crawling jungles full of cannibal ape men and shit. So, I mean, whatever you like. And then there is every 13th year, the whole year, the sun never comes up. So that's cool. But then one of those 13 years, the sun never sets. So, I mean, Hyperborea. What's up, Jim Cody? How you doing, homie?
See, there you go. There's all that superstition about shattering a mirror or whatever. If you broke one of those Star Wars glasses, that collector stuff, you knew it was the end of an era.
Yeah.
Where something has happened. Somebody's died somewhere. This is a tragic day.
Dude,
the Star Wars sequel series made by Disney came out.
Yeah. That was the day that it got sold to Disney.
Yes.
I think it was McDonald's sold them those really thick glass Coca-Cola glasses that were all fancy and shit and had the handles. Yeah. I had a ton of those. Melkor, shouldn't you be running around the first stage trying to get your hands on some Silmarils or something? WTF, bro, you're in the wrong time.
You're in the 12th age. You should be back in the 2nd age or the 1st age. Yeah.
This is either the 4th or 5th age.
No, this isn't the 4th age.
Yeah, I don't think it's the fourth age, but it's like
I think it's the sixth
because
age.
the
or the seventh
ages
age.
aren't defined by actual time; they're defined by events.
Yeah. And I don't know. Well, who gives a fuck?
I'm
That's a
not sure
nerdy
what
thing to
age
argue
it
about.
is.
That's a super fucking nerdy thing to argue.
That
about.
is like I feel like I gotta tape my glasses up now and go get a pocket protector.
Actually, the ages are not measured by years.
Oh man, I wish I could do the nerd laugh again the way Shauner did. Shauner do the like when he was trying to make fun nerds and you do that laugh and it'd be however, I
Not
can't
the
do
nerd
it,
laugh
but
I was thinking of, but okay.
it was like fucking it was like the way the one guy laughed on Revenge of the Nerds and Shauner just
Oh,
Oh, that weird sucking noise. Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking
God. I'm trying to look around because I also found the Sega CD version of Night Trap. You remember that? It had Dana Plato from Different Strokes in it. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was one of those. What were they? Full motion video games that they had that were
yeah, they
all
had
all the
one
rage.
where you were like
Yeah.
going through a sewer. I remember
Sewer
that
Shark.
one.
Yeah, those all sucked if you go back and play them because it's like,
God,
oh, it's
yeah.
full motion video, but it only uses like an index card size of your screen because the resolution's so terrible.
Yeah.
Awful.
And the menus are terrible too. And then there's
Yeah.
I tell you, the
those
best
really
game
weird
from back
swords.
in the day was Shadowrun on PlayStation or Sega.
Yeah, the Genesis one was a lot better than
That
Super
was
Nintendo.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
That's fair.
Yeah, because you got that one, that Navajo Street Samurai that had so much like wired reflexes. He would just shoot like a machine gun. He was awesome. He would cover your ass when you're doing anything. He was great.
And then every bar had its own MIDI bar music.
yeah.
You go into some bar and it'd be like shut and loud, dun 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 dun, shut and loud, and there'd be like people dancing on the dance floor and shit, and you know, and you go into another bar and it'd be like some kind of freaking hype jazz going on, like, and then
They
you
did
went
what they
all
could,
in,
man.
fought with the Halloweeners and I mean and fought ghouls in abandoned buildings, and such a good game, man.
Yeah, that was funny. That was like that game's version of a dungeon crawl. You would go into like a burned down ghetto or something like that, like a big tenement building that's just full of ghouls.
And just start scrapping with the ghouls. Yeah, man. And you could also get jobs like where they would pay you bounties for the ghouls and stuff like that. And I always played a decker because you could find a console like downtown in the rich area and just go on and fucking run random missions selling the info. And you could make so much money that you could then get yourself wired out like a street samurai and buy the best weapons.
Right?
It was like
that was what was cool. Yeah, the decking in that was a lot of fun. I was like, wow, this is like the exact opposite of the role playing game where it's garbage.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
actually
this is
really
actually
cool.
kind of cool, and it doesn't take 5 hours.
You know,
Coco, peace outside, hopping on the bandwagon to get me to the Shadow Dark. Oh well, if you're running Shadow Dark, have fun with it.
No, he's playing in Bunny and Zane's game.
This is so weird because I have never heard anybody talk shit about Shadow Dark really before now.
I think when it first hit its 3 million, people were like, what is this? You know,
Well, there were a lot of people that are pissed that it got so popular. But hey, sorry about your luck. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, what's her name? Who I can never remember really. She's brilliant. 5e fucked up, and she stepped in and said, "Here's the alternative. It's close enough that you'll still recognize it. It's different enough that I might get some of the older school gamers." And people were like, "Yeah, fuck 5e. I'm buying this version of 5e, which is really all it is." But I mean,
right. Well, because she was writing for Adventurers Guild, I think, so she had experience writing for 5e stuff.
Well, she had the Arcane library where she was doing modules and character classes and stuff like that.
She
was already building it all up. She was ready to go. So
she was
a combination
totally
of preparation, right timing, and striking. Look at everybody else. MCDM, which is now Blades Out or something.
Draw Steel, yeah.
And DC-20, they're still, so she was there, right place, right time, ready to go, and she sees the market.
Yeah, she smoked Matt Colville, and I'm glad because
other
than his nice set of hair, he can fuck off. I don't care for him.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing.
That's
People were like, "Oh,
terrible. I'll
she
give you
came out
that.
of nowhere,"
That's
and it was
fair.
like, but she was running Shadow Dark in like its early versions at GaryCon for like the past 5 or 6 years. So
Yeah.
it's like it's been there. It just finally she was ready to. Because what was it? She learned InDesign, or I forget which one it is, for setting up like the PDF and publishing and stuff aspect of it. Because she's like, I looked at all these clones and they just look like dog shit. So she laid out her own book and spent her COVID time doing that. It's one of the few people that I've seen. Everybody was saying, you know, if I didn't have to work, I would work on my art and do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
And then
well,
they
you were
never
locked.
do
You
it.
were locked. Yeah, you were locked in your house for 2 years. Did you do your fucking art? No, you watched Netflix and smoked weed. Where
To
are you
be-
now?
Same
to be
RPG
fair, some of
Yeah,
us
I'm not going to sit here and be judged by you, Paul.
got Paul. You
But
know
no,
that
it's
us in
Fucking
Kentucky
Paul.
did get locked up for 2 years.
Yeah, and I'm in Florida, man. We told the feds to fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You can't lock Florida man up for 15
Sure.
minutes, let alone 2 years. We're out.
They
running
tried.
the
It
streets.
didn't work.
Yeah,
But
they
that's the
tried.
thing,
We're
yeah,
running
you
the streets, and they're like 6 foot between the fuck that, man. We're all up on each other right in the middle of the Walmart. Where are you going?
But it really showed you where the lines were drawn, where there are people who were like, well, you know, we would have worked on our music, but there's COVID. And then you see these guys who like just used the internet and Discord or whatever to set up virtual studios and made their own music. And they're like, no, the lockdown didn't stop people that really were passionate about it.
Yeah.
You're not passionate about it.
And then you see some idiot in Florida wrestling an alligator on the side of the street. I was like, I don't think that's what you're supposed to be doing during COVID, but fuck.
That
Okay.
law where they made all like records public really made people think like all Florida is like alligator attacks and bath salts. Like that's it. Like that's
Because they call
Florida.
it the sunshine law, where criminal records are all open.
Yeah.
So if they had that law in every other state, people would be like, "What the fuck, Ohio?" But I mean, they don't. So
Yeah, but Ohio man doesn't sound as good as Florida man.
Florida
Yeah.
man earned the title, though. Florida man breaks in houses, shaves your cat's head, drives right down the middle of I-4, steering the car with his feet while snorting coke.
Throws
I
a
mean,
baby
these
alligator
are
at
all
a
true
drive-through
things.
worker.
Tries to feed
Eats-
alligators acid. And I
eats
don't
their
mean like
breakfast in the
that
middle of the
acid. I mean
street.
like LSD. So there's signs up that say, please do not feed hallucinogenics to the alligators.
You know, James, one of my favorites is actually the guy who stole enough women's underwear to get a felony.
God,
Jesus.
because you guys still like over $500, right?
It was more
He
than
went-
500. I think it's like 5,000.
He went to
That
the
is a
fancy
shit
store.
ton of underwear, unless he's in some super fancy place still in like Louis Vuitton underwear. So
Yeah.
that is insane. We even had an idiot that called the cops because he wanted them to check his heroin to make sure it was good heroin. Dude, I saw on YouTube last night some chick called the cops because she was trying to sell some dude coke, and he took the coke and didn't pay her and ran.
Uh-huh.
And the cop is yelling at her. Like he's sitting there like, he's all like, you can tell he's over it. He's like,
Link for
so
Cody,
you
please."
called me because,
Jim Goody went to
so he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
The
seriously.
cop was even like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a thing in Florida though, where the police department put a thing out where they were all like, hey, there's some poisonous meth going around. So if you get meth and you need it checked to make sure it's safe, just bring it. People were showing up. It's like, oh my
Oh boy.
fucking idiot. Well, they're all, they're not smart. I mean, they're
they're on
meth.
drugs.
They're on meth in the first place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
still,
we've known for well over a year now that drugs are bad for you.
yeah, drugs mostly are bad. Yes.
I'd say even some of those that the doctors prescribe to you are.
I'm starting to think that a lot of drugs are just really bad. Even if they tell you they're good, they're still probably bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Cody, I put it in there, homie. Got a loink. I love that. Cody's being British. You got a
Got
loink
a- you got a loink for that.
you got
Yeah,
a loink
like
for that
dogs.
stream.
You got a license.
Yeah, I
You
like
got a
that.
license for that meme.
yeah, like dogs.
Oh yeah.
I love,
You like
You
that?
like eggs?
I love that. That whole movie is about crazy accents because then Dennis Farina shows up with his ridiculously
God.
thick Chicago accent.
Do you have anything to declare? Yeah, don't go to England.
Yeah, don't go to fucking England. Yeah.
Don't go to fucking England. Yeah.
Bullet Tooth Tony slammed that dude's head in his car door and the phone rings. He's like, bonjour. It's like,
Like
up
when
yourself,
Scottish
Teddy.
actor, he pulls his tie in through the window and rolls it up, and he's like, "We're gonna take a little walk," and he's just driving real slow.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's a great
and then, of
film.
course, you got Bullet Dodger, Boris the Bullet Dodger.
Where's the book? The weight is a sign of quality. If you can't shoot it, you can beat him to death with it.
Yeah, he's
What?
selling guns.
Fuck. Sup, Code Man?
How you doing, Cody?
Happening. Not
That
much.
was a great movie, though, and it's full of such quotable lines. Like when what's his name, the guy from America's like, "Why do they call him Bullet Dodger?" And the guy's like, "Because he dodges bullets, Ave." It's like, okay. Oh, and even the guy in the beginning when they're doing the hardcore fucking Yiddish accent, they're like, "I'm not saying it's not a great story full of moral fiber. I'm just,"
But
you know,
it's a
and then they walk away.
mistranslation. Yeah.
And then the one dude calls and they're like, and listen, don't be gambling. I hear you, Ave. And
I
the
hear
next
you,
thing
Ave.
he's fucking throwing dice and playing cards.
Yeah. Viva Las
It
Vegas.
loses
Yeah,
everything,
exactly.
that fucking guy. So
Again, my
Cody,
favorite
what
part
you
of the
been up
entire
to?
movie. Oh, okay.
Do what?
What you been up to?
Well, in the dark, basically, because I haven't had power for 4 days. Just got
With
my
the
power
temperature
back
up there,
this
I'm
morning.
sure that's good.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. But I luckily, after like a day and a half, we actually went over to me and the wife went over to my folks' place because it was just getting unbearable here because it was so fucking cold.
Yeah.
So we bailed here, but yeah, we just got power back like this afternoon, I think, or something.
Nice.
Yeah, we got back over here like 3 or 4 o'clock. So, and
Yeah, I know it's got to be cold up there if it's 30 degrees in Florida. I mean,
man, it was cold. It wasn't so bad today. We actually got above freezing today, but like past couple days, it's been pretty miserable. Like it got down to, well, I mean, not cold for Bear, but like for Tennessee, 2 degrees Fahrenheit's fucking cold for Tennessee.
I have to say, if you're going for that Jesus Christ Pantocrator look, you're doing really good. I've got the icon over there. I mean, you definitely are nailing that look.
I've nailed that look for 20 years, brother.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice.
Hasn't changed. It's been the same look forever.
But yeah, 4 days sitting in the dark freezing. Yeah.
No, we didn't do that. We were only here in the dark for like a day and a half, and then I was like, "Fuck this! Like, we can't do this. We can't stay another night here because it's going to be." It was going to get like below zero one night, and I was like, "Yeah, we can't stay here. We got to get out of here." So my parents were like, "Yeah," they live a few miles down the road, so we went over there, and they have a pretty big house, and they have like half the house like they don't do anything with, which basically my old room. So I just went up. We just went over there. It was fine. We just been over there for past 2 or 3 days. But it's good to be home.
Yeah. I totally get it though with your parents because we've got the empty nest thing over here.
Yeah.
So like half of my house, I mean, the wife and I dust and keep it clean, but I mean,
right. Yeah. My parents are the same way. I mean,
we don't
nobody
use it.
Yeah. I mean, like they have grandkids and the grandkids come over every other weekend or every weekend, maybe. And, but like they have like 3 rooms they don't do anything with, they just lay dormant with, they basically use them for storage.
No, I know. Sorry, my wife was
sneaking up on you like a ninja again.
Oh, dude, she scared the shit on me the other day.
Which one was that? Was that the movie or the game one? I forgot. But yeah, you were like, bah.
I don't know. I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden she's there and says something, and I fucking jump. Like it's like my soul left my body for a second. I'm like,
I'm the one that always does that to my wife.
So when I was working security in Vancouver, one of the things of every team I've ever worked with is always just don't surprise me. I was a fucking bouncer for too long. Don't surprise me because my first reaction is to swing. That is my first reaction if you startle me, right? And my supervisor Frank goes like, yeah, haha, no worries. Da, 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 da. One of the patrols we had to do in the PAC centers, we had to go down like 2 or 3 sub-levels, and then there was this one room we had to go to as an electrical room. But to get to the electrical room, you came out of one room that had a light, opened a door into this other room that had no lights on, and there was a light at the far end over the door you had to go to. So I'm walking through the room, and Franco's fucking hiding in the shadows because he thinks it's gonna be funny. And he jumps out and he goes, "Bah!" And I turned around, and I just fucking full tilt knocked him in the head, just like bam, right? And I'm like, and he's like, I'm like, what the fuck? And I put my flashlight, and he's like, fuck. He starts laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing? He goes, yeah, you fucking told me, so I should have known. Oh well, fuck. Yeah. Jesus, you want about your soul leaving your body? I thought I was fucking like, like fucking, it's fucking crackheads, like whatever. Christ.
She scared me so bad, but that for a split second, my brain like reset, and I only could see like white for just a
yeah.
And then I'm like, why? But she's a little thing, and sometimes she moves around, and I can't see her like over the furniture and stuff. And she's really light-footed, like a halfling or something. Yeah, I'm watching you this time. And she'll sneak up on me and just scare the shit out of me. And I'm just like, I don't know why you do that. I'm jumpy as shit anyway, but it happens. But when I moved out with my parents a month later, my mother had undone my room. And
you're reading that wrong. You have to read it like this. When I moved out from my parents a month or later, my mother had undone. That's Max. That's Max Boivin.
Oh, that's Max Boivin. Oh, yeah. It's totally different now that I'm reading it with like
Maximum Bovine
accent.
Yeah, it's Max Bovine, as you like to call him.
Well, I mean, that's how it's spelled.
Max Bovine is my second favorite trucker singer next to Red Sovine.
Awesome.
Wow. But no, my daughter's room is still exactly the same as it was 4 or 5 years ago when she left.
No, my old room is exactly the same, except the walls are fucking pink now, because my mom made it into like the kids' room, and all the kids are girls. So she just painted it. But like when I walk in that room, it's exactly the same. Like it still has the bookcases in there and the little desk set up and everything, like exactly how it was when I grew up.
I don't know if it's laziness. At some point, I need to call her and tell her to come get her shit.
No, that's fair.
Because when I say it's like the same, I mean, she's still got her shit in there. Her bed, her dressers.
Really? Wow, yeah.
I mean, and I'm just like, we keep it clean, but it's like, you have your own house that's big as mine now. I mean,
yeah, take your stuff.
Come get your stuff.
I want to turn this into a pot growing room. Come on.
Oh, no. This is the only room I'm allowed to do anything like in.
Yes.
The rest of the room has brand new carpet and everything, and I'm not allowed to be in there too much doing it.
My ex and I had that conversation one time. We were talking about what we were going to do with the place we were getting. We were going to move in together. And I'm like, that room is mine. I will do whatever the fuck I want in that room. The rest of the apartment, do whatever you like. I'll sign off on. You want to put fucking purple dinosaurs on the walls? Go for it, baby. But that room is mine. You don't touch it.
Yeah, I was kind of that way, except instead I was like, baby, can I have this room, please? Just like, yeah. And then I was like, I don't care what you do with the rest of the house. I got a room to sit in and stare at the walls sometimes or whatever. So, we repainted the whole place and fixed everything up. And as long as she's happy, she leaves me alone. And then I can be neutral.
That's the goal, right?
It is.
As long as she's happy,
Yeah, because if she's happy, she don't look too close at the bank account. And
exactly.
Coming in.
Exactly.
Stuff like that, So
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
That's what they, when people are like, and it's like, no, that's actually kind of true.
No, it is true. Yeah, absolutely.
The whole idea.
She doesn't understand all the little plastic men aren't that expensive. She's like, it's only made of plastic. It's got to be cheap.
Yeah.
Just buying Titanicus shit every week. It's like, it's really expensive.
I think my wife knows because like that whole closet back there in the bedroom, my whole half is full of all those plastic things.
This
and metal,
1, 2,
right?
3,
She's
4,
like,
5, 6,
do you
7,
need all this
8,
shit?
9, 10, 11, 12 boxes, 13, 14 boxes for
For that Baron's War thing? Oh, that's
and then of course all the Baron's War stuff.
Oh man, you got Baron's War? Nice.
Yeah.
got a little bit.
Even though people were making very naughty memes about me quitting playing Hyperborea because I have Baron's War, and it's like, but Baron's War's not a role-playing game,
Yeah,
man.
it's not a
It's just a
role-playing
skirmish game.
And what? Who said you're quitting?
Skirmish
Right?
game.
Like just because you're playing another game doesn't mean you're quitting the other game.
Yeah, I mean, I have
really?
bros that don't play.
When was the
role-playing
last
games.
time you heard him talk about that Eastern European game, Birthright Ascension by Fire, or whatever the fuck it was called?
Baptism Fire is one of the
That's
best
the
games
one.
ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody talks about that anymore.
When I bullshit, when I did my top 10, I talked about it, and I said my top 10 plus honorable mentions. I didn't love one more than any other. I loved them all.
Oh yeah, that's good. Actually, I have a point. It's this really just for comedy's sake. I love how both of you put up your videos mentioning DM Bloodworth and Shadow did this. And I'm like, where are you fucking? What the fuck?
Did you do it too?
Ooh,
Sorry, I didn't.
that was
know.
fucking cold.
That was great.
Oh!
That was gold.
Poor Bear.
Oof.
Sorry, Bear. I apologize, sir.
You shut the fuck up is what you do, because you know damn well you're being your little monkey self right now.
I don't know what I'm doing right now.
I've meant to put up mine. I haven't done it yet.
I mean, if we're honest, Bear, yeah, I have no idea what.
I don't
I'm
even
gonna
have a
do.
top 10 because I don't have
I'm-
10 on my list.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing
he
the
doesn't
I think I
movie
could
play
thing.
get 5.
games, so it's like
Are you guys
it'd
doing the
be
movie
like
thing? Because I'm not doing the movie thing.
Quest and Rune Quest and
I like RuneQuest, and I like RuneQuest Second Edition. I like RuneQuest Third, and I like RuneQuest. There's only 6 editions. I
four.
can't do 10.
It's,
Oh wait, though
it's
you're
RuneQuest,
playing
Call of Cthulhu,
Dragon Slayer, aren't you,
Uh,
with Bubba?
and Dragon Slayer.
Oh, there you go. That's
So,
fair.
there you
So
go.
again, I asked the question, Paul, Cody,
Yes. Yeah.
James, are you guys doing the top 10 movie thing?
I did one.
I'm
I
like-
don't think I'm gonna. I think it's for people that have established channels. I'm not really that big. I love movies. It was a lot harder to do. I did mine
Yeah.
based on. I mean, shit. I'll read them off if you want, but I don't think I'm gonna do a video. I did mine based on watchability. Like if you're just flipping through, because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have like the Third Man on here,
I
or
did
like
mine
Citizen
based
Kane,
on
or
what I've watched the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
well,
got
I-
Horizon
I-
10
10.
movies I've watched the most in my life, and that went on the list.
Yeah.
And 9 of
movies-
them are Event Horizon.
Adventure
Movies.
That's
movies,
one of them for sure.
Movies would be pretty hard
Casablanca
for
was
me.
on there because I mean I love that. I've watched that like a
I can do like my top 3 or 4, but after that, it's very flexible. you know?
Yeah,
As a
yeah. I
matter
mean,
of
I definitely have. I think I definitely have like a top 5 favorite movies, but like I don't know if I can make a top 10 because I've seen so many fucking movies,
yeah.
and there's so many that I love. Right? Like it's kind of hard to like narrow it. It's kind of like my top 10 favorite albums. So I couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't
Fuck
do it.
no.
Yeah, I
What was,
couldn't
it,
do
what
it.
was everybody's number one again? What was yours, James? Do you remember?
I didn't have number one. I said that I loved them all.
Oh, it was just any order. Okay. Did you have a number one in mind, Bear?
For books.
For movie.
Oh, it's always Buckaroo Banzai.
Bucker Banzai. There you go. Yeah, I said L.A. Confidential. I was like, if that's on TV, I'm watching
such
it.
a good movie.
Yeah.
It didn't
I
make
think-
my top
Good
10,
movie.
but now that I think about it, it should have been in the honorable mentions at least.
I think one
Like
of
for
my,
me, my
my
top 10,
favorite-
I'm going to have like, go ahead, Timmy.
I think for my favorite
Timmy.
movie, I'd have to say Kelly's Heroes.
Another great
Good movie.
movie. If we were doing a
Good
top
movie.
20, it would have been in there.
Yeah.
Like in my top, somewhere in my top 10, you're going to have Buckaroo Banzai, Talk Radio, Last Starfighter, Big Trouble in Little China,
Mhm.
The Fog.
I think you meant
know.
Last Starfighter.
He
That's
say
what I
that
said.
stuff, right?
I
You
did
said
say Last
firefighter.
No,
Uh,
James.
you
You used
misheard.
to be a firefighter. That's what you're thinking. That's okay.
Oh, maybe
Well,
I'm
it's
hearing
okay.
things, man.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that-
Last Starfighter definitely should be on the list.
Maybe
Call
that
the
handsome
home.
toque. Yeah, seriously, check the meds. The pharmacy gave him placebos.
They're all sugar. All of them.
They're like, here
Honey,
you go, James.
These pills are sweeter than last time, honey.
Yes, they are, buddy.
Yeah,
Here
I
you go.
would need to be like, look, you trying to give me diabetes? What's up with this shit? I already
Because
got
bullshit.
carb intake.
Oh boy. But yeah,
See,
it's,
it was easy for me to do a top 10 movies because, like I said, I used my scientific brain. And I said, which 10 movies have I watched?
That sounds like some
All right.
technology bullshit there, Jacob.
Oh, he did end up putting
yeah, he
Zardoz
was a
on the
black
list, and I
dude,
was like,
but you are right.
okay.
As a white dude, I do have technology powers.
Yes.
Zardoz.
Zardoz is a good one to put on the list. Wow, top 10? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know
Fucking,
about
yeah, you know why? Because I've watched it 40 times.
Fair.
And I've made fun of it. I called Max Lau an idiot to his face because he's making fun of it. And I'm like, you just aren't smart enough to get the fucking story. You don't get it. Watch the movie. Actually, PB summed it up great. Immortal boomers hiding in a gated community, plotting to kill all the poor people on the outside until one of them gets inside and fucking wipes them out.
one of the immortal boomers was on that plan of killing all the immortal boomers.
He spent a millennia creating the fucking Sean Connery
Yeah.
because it was the one dude that had the mental fortitude to go in there and destroy the machine that was keeping them all immortal without getting fucked. Literally, that was the whole point of wiping some humans out and like impregnating other humans, and the gun.
Yeah,
is good.
I like how he had to end humanity. He couldn't just kill himself. He was like a bored mother, middle-aged mom was just like, I'm gonna drown my kids and kill myself. You don't have to. You could just kill yourself, you know. You
Right.
don't have to drown the kids.
Hey, in Minnesota, they do things right.
Yeah,
But then,
she
like,
wanted to be thorough.
in the end, Sean Connery ends up hooking up with the one immortal chick, and they live in a cave and have kids, and he grows up. and
Charlotte
goes on
Charlotte
his way.
Rampling, is that her name? Charlotte Rampling.
Yeah, you know.
She hot. She was hot.
And it needed to be done because remember all the old people that were like all fucked up and trapped in like 80-year-old bodies. And then you had that other bunch they kept in a barn that have lived so long, they just were so fucking jaded that they just stood there staring at the wall and shit because nothing had made them feel anything. So there's a warning there. Don't go for immortality. It will suck eventually.
James's number one movie is Zardoz at this point.
Yeah.
It got him talking.
Holy fuck.
It
The
doesn't.
one I've watched
No,
on my
no.
list is Event Horizon.
To be fucking fair, it doesn't take much to get James talking. We
This
get him
is
talking
true.
about anything. I mean,
You
James.
should know this though, because we're both
No.
No.
It doesn't take much.
We're both
Yeah.
on SRIs.
no, we're both
You and me, we're the
it's a
same.
cultural thing. Hillbilly
You and
talk
me.
about anything.
Oh yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Cross, you know, like oh wait, that's from fucking
Falling Down.
Falling Down, yeah.
Yeah.
We're the
So that-
same,
so-
you and me. I'm
So that
nothing like you.
character, that actor shot a movie in Montreal, and the armorer, this guy Andy, basically was the armorer for the film. And then we see that movie come out. We're like, why is he dressed like Andy? And then we're like, oh fuck, he worked on that movie here last summer, and Andy was the armorer on it. So he based his whole fucking character on this gun guy. So we go talk to Andy about it. He's so fucking pissed. He's so mad. He's, I'm not a fucking Nazi. What the fuck? He's like so mad.
Yeah, but I always felt like he based his character on Dilbert. You know, from the comics.
Oh, the what's his name's character? Yeah, the main character.
Yeah,
from-
the main character from he
kinda-
was like basically Dilbert, but really fucking
Well, but
pissed.
that's the whole thing with the not economically viable scene, right? That's the whole point of the not economically is like they are the same, even though that guy's black and he's white. They're just cookie cutters of this archetype that exists in Western society, right?
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. Like the entire movie is a fucking dissertation on the failures of Western civilization.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a very good movie. Like,
It's a shame because
insane.
that scene almost seems like kind of goes under the radar for a lot of people. They're always like, oh, he pulled out a gun or this and that. The best one was when that guy, he realizes, he looks at this guy and he's like, holy shit, this is me. He's like looking at a reflection of himself outside the bank.
And then that
Yeah.
moment at the end of the film, he goes, I'm the bad guy. And he has the
Oh,
realization
yeah.
that he's not a justified victim here. He's a prick. You know?
Yeah.
Well, that makes the best bad guys, though.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
there
best
you
bad
go.
guys, are
Come
bad
on.
guys that actually have a reason for what they're doing. Damn it. I've never seen Revenge of the Ninja, but I do remember the 80s
Oh.
and 90s when ninjas fucking dominated the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of those weird
They're fucking
ninja
everywhere.
movies.
So there's
Wherever.
the three big ninja movies, right? They're insane. They're all canon films, and they're Looney Tunes movies, but they're fun to watch. They're all
Mhm.
canon films were bad films, but
Yeah.
they're fun to watch.
I remember
That's a
like
canon film.
American Ninja. And,
Yep, Michael Dudikoff.
Michael
Yeah,
Dudikoff.
there was like
They
there
tried
was
to make
that
him a
whole
star,
era
too.
where people were trying to sell ninjutsu books.
Oh my god, I knew
Yeah.
guys in high school who took ninjutsu classes and thought they were absolute badasses. And it's like, really? Throw a smoke bomb.
Yeah.
Really?
Fuck
Oh,
off.
smoke
You're
bomb.
not a ninja.
And what's hilarious is if you watch Kung Fu Hustle,
Beans?
Kung
he
Fu
buys
Hustle.
the martial arts book and he studies it, and then he runs out there and gets his ass whipped by this dude. They even pee on him while he's like, it's like, yeah, those
No, buddy.
martial arts books. They're
How
probably
about
not that
you?
great.
I'll fight you. And it's like, wait, no, that's cheating. Get back in line.
Remember,
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
Dimmock, the Touch of Death? Remember that?
Mhm.
The Black Dragon Society in the back of comics all the time?
Oh yeah, with Lord Dante. Yeah.
Yeah, Lord
Yeah.
Dante, master of Dimmock, the Touch of Death.
Yeah.
Dead
What,
in
what,
7
That'd be
days.
easier, though.
yeah.
See,
Count Dankula does a lot of fun, like deep dives on crazy people like that, and he did one for Lord Dante, and it was like, yeah, that guy's story was nuts. They did like the
Well, his story was as much bullshit as the guy from Bloodsport there. What's his
Yeah.
fucking name?
yes.
Count
Yeah.
Made up. No, the story it's based on.
oh,
Yeah,
There's
okay.
a true story of this guy who just lied his ass off about all these things he did in the mysterious East, like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Thailand's not doing like fights to the death all the time.
Oh, no. They are.
Are they?
Oh, fuck yeah. You get outside of the city, outside of Bangkok, and there's like places you go where they do fucking insane fights and guys die all the time. It's not to the death. It's not like, only one man leaves. It's not the Thunderdome, but guys die all the time in these fucking fights.
Fair. God damn it. Excuse my language.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look, Thailand's got beautiful, delicious food,
And
beautiful
women
weather,
Shadow likes.
and women
He
shadow
said
likes.
Bangkok, and my mind immediately fucking
You went
Started
to Carradine hanging
Bangkok,
himself.
Oriental City in the city.
There we go. What was I get the name of this fucking guy? It's like this bullshit human who just told a lie. Ducks.
John?
That's the name.
What's up?
Ducks.
Ducks.
What the fuck is his name? Based on a screenplay of many of Duck's claims. Yeah, but where's Ducks' fucking name?
But
Frank
I did
Ducks.
write my
There it
movie
is.
list down before I made
Frank
the video.
Ducks.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
that's what I
I
totally
wouldn't
got
be,
it
like,
all
all
written
fucked
down.
up with it. Like Dark City's on it. And
I
I
saw
even
Dark
make
City.
the
It
point
was
of
pretty
saying
good.
Dark City is a better movie than The Matrix. But for some reason, people like The Matrix more. I don't get it. Dark City
Yeah.
is a fucking great movie.
Sorry, speaking of obscure martial arts films or martial arts films that people don't remember a lot, do you guys remember Best
Crane
of the
Kung
Best?
Fu.
Best
Do you
of the
remember
best.
Best of the Best?
I
Eric
think-
Roberts, Chris Penn, James Earl Jones is their Taekwondo coach.
Yeah.
That's a
That
good
sounds awesome.
fucking movie.
I want to
It's
see
a
this.
good fucking movie.
I went through a phase where I was watching all of the like old school made in the 70s or 80s Hong Kong Jackie Chan movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man,
Like
yeah.
Drunken Master, Snake and
Yeah.
Crane, like
Oh,
all
my
of
God.
it. Hyena, Fearless Hyena 1 and 2, Super
Do you ever
Cop.
see Armor of God?
Yeah.
That stunt he does where he jumps from one wall to the tree to the next wall, and at the end of the film you get the footage of him hitting the tree and bouncing off every branch on the way down, breaking a piece of his skull, lodging it into his brain, getting flown out for surgery to remove the piece of skull from his brain to come back 3 days later on set and do the stunt again.
In Super
It's
Cop,
hard
when he
watching
jumps
those.
from the one fire escape
Yeah.
to the other, he breaks his fucking leg.
Yep. Yeah. Oh.
He
Yeah,
snaps
watch
his
it.
fucking leg.
Those end of movie reels on those. It's just like sometimes I'm like, I gotta just skip this. I'm not in the mood to watch Jackie Chan. Just like because
Oh,
you're
my
like,
God.
"Ugh,"
Well, I
like,
told you. Did I tell you about when they shot a Hong Kong film in Edmonton, at the West Edmonton Mall, and there's this tree in the middle of one of the areas of the West Edmonton Mall. It's like 3-4 stories tall. It's a big, big tree. And my buddy was the Canadian stunt coordinator on it because they had to have a Canadian for insurance purposes.
sure.
And they had Chinese stunt guys. And basically, this one guy goes up, they send him up the tree, and he jumps out and lands on the fucking concrete from like 2 stories up. Bam! He gets up, he's bitching about his back. They're all yelling, and he's like, no, I'm not doing it. And then they throw some coats down. So he climbs back up to jump on the coats. And then the Chinese director, the Hong Kong director, is like, higher, higher, higher. And the guy's like, no. And he's like, hire. And he's like, no. He's like, well, then you're fired. And they fucking fired him. And they brought another guy in who went up and did the fucking stunt. And my buddy John turns to the Hong Kong guy he's coordinating with. He goes, what the fuck was that? And the Hong Kong guy goes, what? They all look alike and there's a billion of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not lying, but still.
That's
Crazy.
a little callous.
Yeah, a
But
little callous, but
that's the way it was. That's why when you see those Jackie Chan stunts, it's like he had to do it. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah,
a choice. He had to do it.
I love the scene in Kung Fu Hustle where he's trying to like talk to the woman and he's doing all that and she smacks
Yeah.
his fucking head with her slipper.
So James, you remember the you always like to talk about the Basque assassin from Grosse Point Blank.
Oh yeah, Martin
Benny
Blanc.
Benny the Jet Urquidez. He's in a couple of Jackie Chan films. He has some really good fights with him.
Oh yeah, the Basque guy that he killed with the pin. Yeah, you
Yeah,
told me
he's
that the
in
other
a
day,
couple
that
of-
he's actually in real life a badass.
He was a badass.
yeah.
He was a champion. But he's in a couple of Jackie Chan films, and they have some great fights.
They have
Really
a great
good fights.
shootout in that like Circle K or whatever, and Jackie Chan or no, and Martin Blanc has to grab the fucking guy that's working there and
Yeah.
drag him out, and the whole place is blah. And the guy's like, "Great, now I gotta go find another job." Yeah, he's like, "Are you all right?" No, I gotta find another job. It's like,
Why are you here? I work here. Why are you here?
yeah. It's like,
Apparently, you can't go home, but you can
apparently
shop
you can go,
there.
But you can shop there. Conan the Barbarian was on my list. 13th
Yeah, good
Warrior
movie.
was on
Good
my list,
movie.
even though I went
Good
off
movie.
on how the armor
Good
was
one.
completely wrong. And the cavemen should not have had horses and didn't in the book. But if you're willing to overlook that, that's a fucking awesome movie. It's basically a D&D movie, you know. The party gets together, they journey somewhere, and they fight in a dungeon. And then the Russian movie, The Vikings, that was done in 2016. Hellraiser, all of them, but really 1 and 2 and 10 are the best. But
Number 2 is the best.
2 is really good.
1 and 2
Actually,
and 10.
2.
That's
Well,
good.
there's one where like there's this cop and he's a serial killer.
Yeah,
And then they're capturing dudes and bringing them to this little room, and there's this really fucked up dude with glasses and scars up, and like he writes down your sins,
yeah.
Mhm.
and then you have to go through this whole process before you get fucked because you're in hell, right? And
Yeah.
it follows that whole thing. Really cool. And then as my honorable mention, Berserk, the Memorial Edition movie of the Golden Age arc.
Sure.
And
Not
after
bad.
you watch that, then watch the actual season.
Golden Age arc.
Which is like
watch
20
the whole Golden Age arc.
Very fucking dark. And if you're not into like, you know, body horror and some hardcore essay and stuff, avoid it. I'll tell you that right now. But if you can overlook a few minutes of that going on, the best character arc in any movie ever. Guts' character arc is honestly like almost Tolkien level lyrical. You know?
Yeah, I saw John Carpenter movies brought up. The Thing was on there for my number 9, and it's like that could really be replaced with pretty much like Christine or Big Trouble
I
in Little
didn't like
China. There's a
Christine.
lot of like Christine.
No,
No,
I love
it's
the fog. I love the fog. I love the Thing. I love Assault on Precinct 13. I love
Not the
Big
Madness.
Trouble in Little China. I love Mouth of Madness. Prince of Darkness is my favorite
Prince of
fucking John
Darkness with
Carpenter
the
film.
green fucking
I
thing.
love They
Oh,
Live,
this guy,
you know,
he's got a pinhead.
But Christine, it doesn't feel like a Carpenter film to me. You know what I mean?
You know, it's Stephen
It-
King
it-
doing
it
a haunted
It feels
car.
like he had a studio leaning over his shoulder the whole time, and it lacks that
Yeah,
something, that click
know
for
what?
Carpenter.
Yeah.
Bear, if you think it feels that way, chances are it was that way.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
And I love Escape from New York. Jesus Christ, how can you not love Escape from New York?
yeah.
My name's
Don't-
Snake.
Don't
Gotta
cross
slow.
the Duke. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these are just for watchable stuff. It's like I think the only really kind of unwatchable Carpenter film is like Memoirs of an Invisible Man, because you could tell he was just miserable making that fucking film, and it didn't know
Ghosts
what
of
it
Mars
wanted
is
to be.
pretty bad.
Oh yeah, no, never
Which one?
mind. You're right. Yeah,
Ghosts of Mars.
Oh yeah, yeah. it's
that's
not very
actually
good.
much worse.
Wolfhound. Fucking right,
Really
Melkor.
good.
Volkadath. Volkadath. Yeah. Fucking Wolfhound, man. That is an amazing fucking
Yeah,
film. It's the
Wolfhound.
Russian one I keep telling you to watch.
I've seen it. I
Jesus,
told
that
you.
film is good, man.
But
That's on
Ghost
my
of
top 10.
Mars, if it had some better casting and a little bit better dialogue, could have actually been a good movie. Like a
Yeah,
real-
it wasn't going to get carried by Natasha Henstridge and Ice Cube. You're like,
right.
Yeah.
That's the
Holy
thing.
Jesus.
That movie's
know,
pretty.
And also,
crap.
you want to talk about a fucking height difference? You got Natasha Henstridge model, so she's like, what, 5'11", 5'10", and Ice Cube, who I've met and comes up to my nipples.
Yeah,
You know, like he's
5'7".
tiny.
Yeah.
He's not a big man. He's like not Kevin Hart small, but like it would be like The Rock, Denzel Washington, the Chris Tucker, Ice Cube,
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, and Mini-Me. That would be your height
Kevin Hart were
line.
any shorter, I think he could get on disability for being like an actual dwarf.
That'd be funny.
If it wasn't that he wasn't like a multi-millionaire, because apparently,
Yeah.
you know, people think
He's
he's
a little more poor. They'd let him into Hobbiton, but he's not going to
Yeah.
make it. You know,
Wow.
he's
You
not.
know, who wrote Army of or Eaters of the Dead? Wasn't that John Carpenter?
Michael
Michael
Crichton.
Crichton.
Oh, Michael Crichton. Yeah, he did some good stuff. Books.
Yeah.
He
What's the
said
crazy
Stephen
thing?
King.
Oh, Bear imploded.
Oh, now Bear.
He'll be back.
He's already back. He's like,
Yeah.
I think
I'm already back. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee after that. Fuck it.
Sure.
okay.
I think that the problem with
Nah.
Michael Crichton was like Jurassic Park sucked all the air out of the room. You look back and it's like there's a lot of movies based on his work. Like what was that
Yeah.
one? Runaway with Tom Selleck was all about the
Yeah.
robots. Yeah.
No, he was actually
Oh,
a pretty
that was
good
a
writer.
good one.
He-
Didn't
like
that
I
have
read
Jackson?
several of his books back in the day. They were
That
actually
Gene Simmons from Kiss was the bad guy. Is that
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
thinking about? Yep.
yeah, fucking
Sorry to
good.
cut you off, Cody. What was that?
No, I was saying Michael Crichton was actually like a good fucking writer.
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the day. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
solid,
Everybody
yeah.
just talks about Jurassic Park, which is great, but like a lot of his other stuff was actually pretty good. Looking
Yeah,
back on it,
it was
you know?
more pushing the boundaries. I mean, Jurassic Park is kind of like
I guess
you
that's an
watch the
easy
first
sell.
one, you're like, that's pretty good, and then after that,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah. Oh, the dinosaurs are loose again.
Yeah,
The
again,
dinosaurs
Yeah.
loose again.
again.
Or we're
And
going
the
to go to the
thing is-
island where all the dinosaurs will loose to look for people or something like that.
Right,
Right.
and dinosaurs are not threatening because anyone who does hunting knows if you had a 30-06, you could shoot a T-Rex and kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's before you even start talking about like a double barrel 500 nitro elephant gun. It's
Yeah,
not
you
like
use-
these are fucking kaiju or something running
Yeah.
around. I mean, it's just a big fucking thing. You could kill it. It's not
Oh.
that hard. A couple
There's-
guys.
Their primordial scales are like dragon scales. You not even
Uh,
depleted uranium armor discarding salvo
Well,
rounds.
if you had a katana, you could totally.
He is right.
penetrate the scales.
I neglected to think about the glorious Nippon steel. My bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
You got me.
All this still. Actually,
So what if you made a gun that shot katanas?
Can you get into
Katana.
these discussions? You don't even need weed to have these stupid discussions. You just need nerds to sit there and try to like power game life. It's ridiculous.
And now upgrade that from like a handheld weapon to like
Yeah.
the dinosaurs are running amok. Here comes an M3 Bradley.
mhm.
That'd be the end of that shit. The first time those 25 MMs hit that bitch, HE, it'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
barbecue. Who
Well,
wants
you
to
think if you're setting up Jurassic Park, you would have that shit on hand, right? But no, you have tranquilizer guns.
Like,
That's the biggest artillery you have on Jurassic Park.
We could just grow some more of these things. So yeah, make sure the gunships are loaded up because if they get loose, we're just going to strafe them to death.
Exactly.
I
But
wasn't
the
even
biggest
thinking
thing
about
We're
they
not going to
have
send the
is-
lone Australian guy with a Spaz 12 to hunt the
But-
raptors.
But to be fair, I think in the books, if I remember right, they had like some kind of like safe. They had it's different in the books than they don't really explain it well in the movies, but in the books they actually had like some kind of like
Lost
safety net.
James
They,
this time.
they had like some kind of like bacteria or virus encoded in the dinosaurs
Hmm.
or something. I forget what the deal was. They had some kind of like fail safe for the
Okay.
for if it
well, they weren't
it-
supposed to be able to reproduce.
well, that, but they also had some kind of fail safe. If like the dinosaurs ran amok and like everything went wrong, they could like say, "Hey, this," I forget what it was.
And
It was-
a virus will go off and kill the dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was something like that. I forget what it was. I mean, it's been like fucking at least 25 years since I've read Jurassic Park, so I don't remember all the details.
One of my teachers was obsessed with that movie.
Well, they tried that, Cody, with replicants, and look how that turned out.
Didn't go well.
Fair.
Maybe it failed. The fail-safe failed.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
I want more life, fucker.
That was definitely on the list. I can watch pretty much any
dude.
Blade Runner.
Yeah. I could watch
Yeah.
Blade Runner any day, anytime, as many times, and I'll never get tired of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, there's certain movies I could watch like over and over again. Yeah. Like like The Road Warrior.
There you go.
Like
Yeah.
the
Road
fucking
Warrior.
The Road Warrior.
of war.
Yeah, he steals my dog of war. Yeah, totally. I mean, I could watch that every fucking day. I never get tired of it. Like The Road Warrior, Tombstone, like fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, Tombstone's on there. That was my number 4.
Now
Yeah.
I'd added at least as honorable mention the Mad Max and Mad Max 2 and 3 even. I like.
I love the whole
like
trilogy,
three,
but
okay.
like
The whole-
Road
the whole
Warrior
thing was
especially.
good. Fury
Road
Road
Warrior.
was okay. I mean, I would prefer Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I
Old
like
as he
Fury
was,
Road. I like Fury
but
Road.
it was good.
Yeah. My whole thing is like with Fury Road is like Mad Max was kind of like it's kind of like a Conan character, right? So it's kind of like, he's being told through like the third person, like this myth and legend and tale. So I don't have a problem with like somebody else playing Max, right? And and Fury Road is not really a story about Max. It's a story about what's other stuff that's happening, and Max is just there,
Yeah.
Where
the other stories,
Mad Max 2, it's all being told from the point of view of the feral boy.
That's
After
right.
He grows up.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Absolutely. Even though Max is the center of attention, it's like the story is actually being told from the perspective of somebody else, right?
And he's the center of attention, but he's got like 12 words in the whole damn.
Yeah.
I would, excuse me. I would like to say 2 things. One, you know how hard it is to take a piss? When you're taking a piss and Paul goes, oh, they're like dragon scale. You're like, that's funny. And then Cody goes, what if you use a katana? And then you start laughing like an asshole while trying to take a piss. And then James goes, what if we had a gun that shot katanas? And I'm fucking crying, trying to hold my piss stream straight.
Trying not to spray the whole bathroom.
Try not to fucking be like, just paint the walls, baby. Like, Jesus.
I guess we're pissing in the shower.
Second point, why did you wait till I was gone to be so fucking funny, you assholes?
I don't know.
That was good. That was really
just
good.
happened, like
Best times.
organically.
Jesus,
It's
that
not
was
like
funny.
anyone
That was like,
planning.
and then like you guys just kept going, you just need nerds. And then of course, James gets off on Bradley's. Up, Cody's turn.
Oh no!
Yeah, we're all taking turns getting.
Hopefully
kicked,
he's
aren't
getting. Yeah, hopefully that's not the power going. It's just it's doing what it's doing. There we go. So
What's
that's
the
interesting. I
problem
like that.
with Fury
I like
Road
that.
Was the okay? Strong, empowered woman. Maybe. I mean, I would have liked to have seen if they were going. There goes there.
Jesus,
If they were going to make
It's a revolving door.
another Fury Road type
All
movie,
around.
I would have liked to seen an old Mel Gibson playing Max at like the end of his life. Maybe even have him die in the movie as kind
Couldn't
of a
have it.
thing. But
Couldn't have it. Max said some bad things about the tribe. Mel Gibson was in the shitter at that point in time.
Yeah. I do like the thesis that Fury Road was like the Red Sonja of the Mad Max universe. That's pretty much what it is. He got relegated to being Conan and Red Sonja. Where like I don't even think they name him Conan. They're just like
he was
Calidor. His
Oh,
name
is
is
it Calidor?
Calidor. But it's so
tell
funny.
him the secret.
Oh no.
Well, everywhere outside of North America, that movie is called Calidor. It's not called Red Sonja. And the poster has Schwarzenegger, the biggest thing on the poster, and then a little Bridget Nielsen down here. But Conan, basically, Schwarzenegger said, I'm playing Conan. And in his mind,
Because
he was
in
Conan the whole
book,
movie.
Conan used Calidor as a fucking alias
That's true, too.
when he's sneaking around.
Yeah.
Look at you guys with the knowledge.
Where's Shadow to tell us we're wrong and that we don't understand Conan
This
and
guy's-
only Howard's Conan counts and blah,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah,
I've
blah.
got a copy of an 80-year-old book that says otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shadow's role playing tonight, unlike us. We're just sitting here talking shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
he'll
wish we
see
were
it.
role-playing. Oh.
Oh, he'll see it. The next
Aliens,
episode.
aliens.
You know, guys, I want to take an exception with something you said the other night. what?
When it hops on tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Aliens, watchable film. If it was on, you just let it go.
So 8 Mobius 8, we tried to watch it on my Discord, me, Doc Flamingo, and a couple of other people, and we got 15 minutes in, and we were all like, want to turn this off, watch Deathstalker? Yeah, let's turn this off and watch Deathstalker. It was so bad.
It's really
so bad.
And why they took the chick that played Valeria and made her like the bad guy is like fucking
No, not the old Red Sonja, the new Red Sonja.
There's a new one?
Yeah, it came out last year, and it's fucking awful.
It must be, because I mean, I didn't even know it came out, so okay.
Monsieur Max, pourquoi tu ne peux rejoindre, man? Come on, join us. Put the link up, sir. I think it's been a minute.
Mobius, I will say one thing though about Fury Road. The scene where the one dude catches a crossbow bolt to the head, and then like all the other like war dogs or whatever they call him are like, get up. And you see him kind of climb up, and he's got a crossbow bolt through his fucking face. And he grabs the 2 spears and he's like, witness me, and jumps off the back of the fucking truck. That was some shit right there. That
Fury
was
Road
amazing.
had some great shit. It had some awesome shit, and I don't think it's a bad film.
Mhm.
But I do have to agree with 8 Mobius 8. It was a little, really, this is what we're
The strong and powered handicapped woman that can do everything better than Max. It's like
that was a bit much, but then if you look at it and rewatch it after you get past the shock, he one-ups her left, right, and center in that fucking movie. He gets the drop on her.
Right.
He goes, that's bait. I fucking love that scene.
In the whole fucking movie was the bald dude.
Witness me.
Yeah, the one that was like
guy with the stilts.
Fucking what a beautiful day.
The little fucking Harry Potter guy or whatever the fuck. What is it? He was the Beast. He was the Beast in X-Men First Class. Yeah.
And then
he was banging fucking
and all that.
What's her name? Jennifer Lawrence for a long time.
Oh yeah.
All those video leaks from the fappening for Jennifer Lawrence were all videos and pictures she sent to him.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, those Kentucky girls, they can be pretty.
Is she a Kentucky girl?
She is, which is why I'm so embarrassed by like her opinions.
I was gonna say, so does retardation run strong in Kentucky women?
No, she picked that up in California, man.
Cody. Cody, that was good. Man.
You know who? Cody. You know who another Kentucky girl is? Marisha Ray.
That makes sense. There's something about trailer trash.
Lincoln, Kentucky. And on Double D's show, he was talking about it. And I was like, I would talk trash about her, but let's be honest. A hot redhead from Kentucky, I'd probably be paying her child support. Honestly. So I'm not even going to talk trash because reality, I know my weaknesses.
Fair.
As soon as I met her, I'd been like, oh, yeah. Put 2 kids in her and be paying child support until I die. So, yeah. But, yeah, she's from Kentucky. Fucking Johnny Depp's from Kentucky. I think
something in the water in Kentucky, huh?
They all get fucked up when they go to LA, bro.
Because Kentucky is like the highest grade point average of the union, if I recall correctly. It produces the most STEM people and best economists. And,
but a lot of politicians. And,
you will not believe the amount of fucking inventor patents from Kentucky. It's crazy.
A lot of musicians.
So drugs, lying, and money. That's what Kentucky's really good at producing. All right, fair.
One of my favorite musicians, Dwight Yoakam. He's from Kentucky.
You ever see
Randy
what was
Travis
that fucking
Tennessee? And I love Randy Travis. That guy
was it. Dwight Yoakam was in that movie. Fuck, I gotta find the name of it. Hang on, sorry guys.
Dwight Yoakam was in many movies.
He was in a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, there was one in the '90s where he plays a trucker, and the guy's trying to steal his.
Colonel
truck.
Sanders is from Kentucky.
Was that the one with Kurt Russell?
I don't know if it was with Kurt Russell, but there's that whole moment where the guy's trying to steal the truck, and he tells him a lie, and he just pulls out a gun and cocks the trigger. Goes, and you see that there? That's an uncontrollable reaction to bullshit.
He was, I think, the bad guy in Fire Down Below.
Oh, please, Jesus Christ, come on.
But Colonel Sanders actually being from Kentucky, I don't know.
He was.
But he set up shop in Kentucky.
He was from Kentucky. I can't remember, but
And
he
the
did
original
work-
chicken stand is still there.
Yeah.
If you want to go get some of those 11 herbs and spices,
I wonder if it's actually the true 11 herbs and spices
who
and not
fucking
the
knows?
modified.
Yeah, Red Rock
version.
West. It's Red Rock West. It was his first movie in '92.
He could have been putting
God.
ground up pokeweed leaves in it. I don't know.
So
what
Nicolas
fuck-
Cage, Lara Flynn Boyle, J.T. Walsh, and Dennis Hopper. Holy fuck! I forgot.
Good
I
cast.
forgot until this moment in time. I forgot that movie fucking existed. Red Rock West.
Yeah, he dated some Hollywood.
No, never mind. He was born in Indiana, Henryville, Indiana.
I think Dwight Yoakam dated Sharon Stone or some shit, and when they split up, she said dating him was like dating dirt because of how boring he was.
He
Because
was born
Dwight
in
Yoakam,
Pikeville,
honestly,
Kentucky.
he just wanted to kind of hang out
Wait, really?
and fucking. Who?
Dwight Yoakam was born in Pikeville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fucking serious meth location right there. That's almost like as bad as Harlan. But anyway, I guess he was really bored. And later she apologized because she said it wasn't fair. But she's an LA girl or whatever the fuck she is, and she wanted to do it. And he's like, "Can we just stay home? You know, order in, watch some movies."
The short-lived romance was which Stone later notoriously described kissing him as a dirt sandwich.
Like,
Man, that woman's got a black heart.
Well, fuck, I think everything.
Like I
was
said, I
black.
believe later she kind of apologized for it, like years later. But yeah, I mean, he's a good old boy from Eastern Kentucky that never fell into the LA bullshit. So he just wanted to hang out around the house and fucking, you know.
So who was that line? Fuck, what movie was it in that line where he's talking
KFC
about West
rebrand.
Coast girls? He said it's like as if someone picked up America by the East Coast and shook it and the same girls held on. What the fuck movie is that from? Oh. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Never seen it.
Kiss Kiss Bang.
never seen it either.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I assure you, you will not regret this experience. Val Kilmer, Robert Downey Jr. in the role that pretty much got him Iron Man. It's a Corbin Burnson in it, of all people, and he funded the film. It's written by fucking Shane Black. It's directed by Shane Black.
I do like
It's
Val
a-
Kilmer a lot.
Good fucking movie.
And not just because he was the best Doc Holliday ever of all time.
So,
I
so
liked
Val
him.
Kilmer.
I liked him
Val
in like
Kilmer-
Pop's Secret and fucking Super Genius.
Oh,
or
fucking
whatever.
what's the
The
Real
Saint.
Genius and what's the one Top Secret, Real Genius, The Saint. He's good. Willow, but no, he put on a
Yeah.
lot of weight for that movie.
Give
And,
me a sword. I'll win this war for you.
He calls him, his character's name is Gay Perry, he's a
Gay
private
Perry.
investigator that gets hired as a film consultant. And at one point, him and Robert Downey Jr. are walking, and he's like, "So, still gay? No, straight as shit, knee deep in pussy now." It's such a good fucking movie. It's such a good movie.
Okay,
Oh.
and Max vouches for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but he called Dwight Yoakam boring. Max, your taste in music is suspect.
He likes jazz.
Yeah, I mean, you like jazz. What the fuck's wrong with you? Jazz is like you get guys that can play instruments. You don't tell them what to do. You just throw them on a stage and say, "Go."
I'm just remembering that remember from Talladega Nights, the French guy starts playing the jazz music in the bar that they're all playing pool at, and they're like, "What's this noise? It's making my brain hurt." And they shut it down, and he's just in the shadows, like smoking a cigarette. He's like, "Why did you turn off the jazz music?" And they're like,
Jazz music.
he's talking like he's got peanut butter on the roof of his mouth.
But that makes me flash back to Anchorman, where he's doing the fucking flouting. It's like,
Oh,
it's
God,
like,
Anchorman,
"Ung."
70% of the time, it works every
We're
time.
getting ready to see Cody's jazz collection.
Sex Panther,
There it is. It's backwards.
free jazz,
Free
Jazz.
Coltrane.
Coltrane.
Look, Cody, the closest I get to jazz is Steely Dan.
Miles
If you
Davis.
go
I
much
saw-
further
okay,
past Steely
You want to
Dan,
hear,
I'm
Cody?
not-
You want
I'm
to hear
not-
a
I'm not
fucking
seeing
crazy story about Miles Davis? So we have the jazz festival every year here in Montreal. It's a big fucking deal. It's like in one of the top international jazz festivals, and they do a lot of open air shows. So this is like 92, 91, somewhere around there. Me and my buddy are just walking through the fucking jazz fest, and there's this African fusion band that are doing jazz and African rhythms together on the stage, on the free stage, and they're just jamming out. And fucking Miles Davis comes out of the crowd, hops up on fucking stage, grabs a piece and starts jamming with them. And like the whole crowd's just like, it was insane. He's
Now,
talented.
Cody, I do like Robert Johnson and John Lee Hooker, B.B. King, like blues I can get down with. Jazz, fuck jazz. I can't get down with jazz. It's too chaotic for me, man. But listen
like
to somebody
jazz.
sing about being downhearted. I mean, that's practically just country music with a
Well,
different,
yeah.
set of instruments, been downhearted, baby. Ever since the day we
Cody,
met.
you're
I feel that. I know what you're saying, brother.
That's why I love Cold Shot by Stevie Ray Vaughan. It may be one of the greatest blues songs ever made.
Cody, we can't hear you.
Yeah, you turned your mic off, bro, because I didn't.
Check in to Restream that you got the new mic set up as your actual input, sir.
Yeah, if you switched mics, you're gonna have to change it in Restream. Nope,
You have to tell Restream.
still not. Let's see if I have any control over Cody's mic. I
Could
can
anyone ever really control
turn his
Cody?
voice
Really?
up.
He's out of control.
He's Cody. He's a wild man from the Sudan.
Yeah, I can't do anything with it.
No wrestling fans here? Abdullah the Butcher, the wild man from the Sudan.
Yeah, I wasn't much into wrestling.
When I was a wrestling fan,
Just-
the
just
Fabulous
slightly before my
Freebirds
time,
were
just
still
slightly.
kicking around. Do you remember them?
Abdullah the Butcher had done so many blade jobs on his forehead that he just had scar tissue. So
Yeah.
literally, he never needed to blade anymore. He'd just tell guys to do it the hard way, which is just to punch him really hard,
punch the
down on
callus.
skin to split it. So that's how
Yeah.
he'd always do it in the
Did you know
ring.
Dusty Rhodes?
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, walk the Dusty Roads of America, flying in high profiling. You don't know what you're getting, son, but you're gonna get it because it's gonna come to you, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, he deleted his wife, then himself.
Yes,
Effed up.
yes.
Yeah.
No, did he kill his wife? No, I know Chris Benoit did.
Yeah, pretty sure. An M
I'm gonna
followed
check it.
by an S.
I would have heard about that. 'Cause,
No,
yeah,
he was sick. He died of kidney disease, brother.
Then somebody lied to me.
Yeah, no, I was like, Chris Benoit did that, and they threw
Yeah, Chris
balefire
Benoit
on him.
did
He no
that.
longer exists. Like he's gone.
Yes, they
Like,
Oh,
fucking
somebody
took him out
posted a
of
picture of
existence.
it's a shame because like some of the matches between him and Angle, when they just do like in the middle of the match, we're gonna do collegiate wrestling shit.
There
like,
is a
fucking
fucking
guys.
match. There is a match, and I can't remember if it was on WCW or WWE, WWF at the time. Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, and the guy Chris Jericho. Holy fuck, son! It's a clinic. It's
Yeah.
a fucking clinic.
Yeah.
It's such a good match. Hi, Cody.
Hey, hear me
Hey,
better?
Yeah,
Ah.
that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching, my wrestling troupe of choice was the Fabulous Freebirds. They used to
Oh,
come out with fucking Skinner playing, waving Confederate
Yeah,
flags
yeah.
and shit with the long flowing blonde hair. I mean, they were
That's Texas
so bad.
wrestling. That's
Like every
Texas
Southerner
wrestling. though.
loved them.
Yeah,
The boys from Bad Street, USA.
Yeah.
Bam Bam Terry Gordy, P.S. Michael Hayes, and the other guy whose name I can never remember.
And then
I
we
like
had
that.
the Road Warriors back then too, and they come
Road
out
Warriors,
dressed up like
Hawk and
the
Animal of the Legion of
Max.
Doom.
Legion of Doom, my favorite tag team.
I do like how wrestling is like the one where you
Harlem Heat.
have,
Harlem Heat
you
was
have
my
actual evil Canadian characters. Like they're like the Mountie. Oh, he's just such a bad guy, or the French Canadians. And you're like,
Except
why?
except
had the
when the Rougeau brothers wrestled
Yeah.
in Quebec, they were faces.
Yeah.
So even though the Mountie was when the Rougeau brothers were doing their Mountie thing in the States as bad guys, when they would wrestle in Montreal, they were faces. Hometown. Same for Rick Martel. When
Yeah.
the model Rick Martel, when they wrestled in
Yeah.
Montreal, he was the face.
of course.
Well, it was weird because wrestling back then was like, let's find some guy who is either foreign or looks foreign, And let's really lean into a stereotype of that. and
Kamala
make
the
it a
hunter, Kamala the Ugandan headhunter.
And you had, what was his name? The Rush Nikolai Volkov and
Nikolai
Yeah.
Volkov,
fucking
yeah.
the Iron
That was,
Sheik.
that was it.
So,
They were
okay.
like, all right, we got foreigners and
Dude,
we're
the
giving them a
Iron
job.
Sheik.
So it was like,
Well,
Iron
remember what's his name? Dino Bravo, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Dino Bravo. You know how he fucking died?
Uh-uh.
He was doing mafia work for fucking cigarette smuggling in the 90s and got fucking caught in a shootout and dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a buddy of mine's dad was dating the sister of Gino Brito, and you have to be an old school wrestling fan to know who the fuck Gino Brito was. He was a Quebecois wrestler. So I got to meet him. We went over for dinner one night, and him and I were just talking. He tells me this story. This fucking story will stick with me to the end of my fucking days. He's wrestling this guy. He goes, he's a big guy. This guy is a big guy. And, he talks some shit before the match. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do it the hard way a little bit and see what happens. So his first move, he come off the rope at me. I hook him up for a power slam, but I put my arm between me and him like this. So I'm going to give him a little shot when we hit the mat, right? Bam, I hook the leg. 1, 2. I'm like, when they going to kick out? 3. What the fuck? I win the match. He's dead.
We should.
He stopped the guy's heart with his forearm, hitting him in the chest at the right angle, and it stopped the guy's heart. He goes, and then he says, for the last 25 years, every Christmas, his wife called me up drunk and give me shit, and I talked to her for 3 hours. I'm just like, what the
Well, that's nice
fuck?
of him.
That sounds like
You
old school
remember
wrestling.
before the Undertaker, it was Mean Mark, and his signature move was the heart punch.
Mean Mark Callis, and
Yeah.
he had a lot of shitty gimmicks before he found the Undertaker. Do you remember Iron Mike Sharp?
I do not.
So he was the perennial Canadian jobber. He always had the leather thing on his arm, and he was this big fucking Mick Foley in his book said after the fucking WrestleMania, the Iron Cage, the Hell in the Cell match where Undertaker threw him off the top and he went through the desk and all that shit that went on. She goes, at the hospital when he regained consciousness, he was clear. His wife was like, why the fuck does Terry Funk have to be your hero? Why couldn't it have been Iron Mike Sharp? It's just, fuck.
My favorite jobber and probably wrestler of all time was Al Snow.
Al Snow, they never used him right anywhere except ECW. Fuck, did they use him properly in ECW?
I love when he
Help
come
me-
out and he had
help me written backwards. Yeah,
on his
yeah.
forehead, and he had the mannequin head, and
Yeah.
he'd do that whole "What does everybody want?" and everybody'd be like, "Hey." He'd set the mannequin head down in his corner and get in it. He also played like a lumberjack, a ninja,
They use
Yeah.
those guys for everything. Steve
like Al
Lombardi,
Snow
the
played
Brooklyn
like 8
Brawler.
characters
Yeah.
that were all like with masks, except
Do you remember-
for Al Snow.
Do you remember Steve Lombardo? Steve
Yeah.
Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler? They put him in masks all the time. But you could tell
Yeah.
it was him because he was a fat fuck.
yeah.
So it's like, here it is, Super Ninja. And it's like, that's fucking Steve Lombardi. What are you
Well, do
fucking
remember
talking
when Al
about?
Snow created the Job Squad and they all were wearing
Yes.
the white t-shirts, 1, 2, 3 for life and shit like that?
Yeah.
You had like a
Job-
blue meanie.
That was the Blue World Order.
It was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, they were like all of the jobbers were on one team together, and it was.
You should
Al
look up
Snow.
the Blue Meanie versus what's that big stupid fucking Texan cowboy asshole. Later he was a stock market mogul. Later on was his whole thing.
Oh, JBL.
JBL.
Bradshaw. Yeah.
Bradshaw. They had a feud where Bradshaw beat the shit out of the Blue Meanie in the ring. Like beat him so hard, other wrestlers were like, "Motherfucker, that was too far." Like, JBL is apparently a cunt.
I still like
How
the
you
story
doing,
about
Matt?
him messing with Blackman at the airport. And Blackman just like crescent kicked him and he passed out like on his luggage. Like he left JBL there unconscious.
Mobius,
Nice.
you're from out west. Do you remember Stampede Wrestling? That's a question I want to see if you remember. They had this guy that used to do the announcing for Stampede Wrestling, Gordon Soley. And he was a guy who would talk like this when he did the thing. And it's a ring-a-ding-dong-dandy happening in the ring right now. A real Donnybrook. Like, it was amazing watching that guy call matches.
Donnybrook. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we need to watch we need to do on your channel. We need to like once a week watch wrestling.
I don't have anything. We like the WWE channel is like super expensive to get here in Canada.
I mean, we can watch like old school shit. Like
Yeah, it's all on the WWE fucking channel now. They bought
all on
everybody's
YouTube.
archive.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
on
that
YouTube.
is sad because I'll tell you what, there was that era that was just amazing, like 80s to like the late 90s.
So in the 80s in Canada, or in Eastern Canada, all we were getting was WWF, right?
Mhm.
But when I'd go home to visit my parents at Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving and shit like that, their cable came from Detroit. So we'd get NWA.
Nice.
So my friends all be Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage.
Oh, there he goes.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go. I'll see you.
See you,
Okay,
Timmy.
Thanks,
Timmy.
I missed that whole era of wrestling.
I would go home and watch fucking like.
Barry, you're breaking up.
Yeah,
He
big.
like, turned into Max Headroom there for a second there. That was kind of crazy.
Great fucking show though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a great show.
Oh, there you go.
He'll be back.
What, man?
He's got to come
Connection
back with
problem.
like that really plasticky look with the crazy background, the psychedelic background.
Yeah, right.
Talk wrestling.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, my computer's starting to overheat a little bit.
Dude,
Uh-oh.
one of the best groups I remember that was later on was like D-Generation X.
Oh yeah.
Regeneration.
Yeah,
I
he
hated
had
them.
like
I
Triple
hated them
H
so
and
fucking
fucking-
much. I hated that fucking group.
Yeah.
he had what was his name? Buff Bagwell, Triple H,
No,
China.
no, it was Triple H. It was Triple H, China, Shawn Michaels, and
Those were the
and
Road
then
Dogg.
they added in 1, 2, 3 Kid, Road Dogg, and what's his name? Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
was
Yeah.
the name of
Billy
the
Gunn.
little kind of skinny dude that did
1, 2, 3
porn
Kid.
with China?
One,
Yeah.
yeah. X-Pac, they call him.
X-Pac. Yeah,
Pac,
he did the
yeah.
porn with China.
But the original were those three.
Yeah.
And they used, like Cody said, they'd come out and do the
Yeah.
suck it.
But I liked
and
it.
Rock
but it
was the bad guy back then. The Rock was a heel.
Mhm.
yeah.
he
Nobody
came out
liked
to
The
be a
Rock
fucking
when he first
dick.
came out. Like, nobody gave a shit about. Like everybody fucking hated The Rock when he first came out, right?
Do you remember the first time he pulled the Rock moment? Which
Yeah.
was he's standing
Yeah.
there in the ring with Vince and they're yelling at fucking Shawn Michaels or something. I can't remember who they're yelling at. And he just leans over to Mike and goes, The Rock says, fire him, Vince. And that's it. The Rock was born.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
they tried to make him a face at first, and it just didn't. take.
Rocky, yeah, it was because he was was it Rocky Maivia.
Yeah. Like the first year and a half, like nobody took to The Rock at all. I remember like The Rock, like 'cause I remember watching that live and like not even paying attention to that dude. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Like
Right.
they were pushing him really hard, but like nobody gave a shit about it. But when he actually got that character, when he actually like pushed that character, like then all of a sudden like everybody was like, oh, you know,
Well, his dad was Rocky Johnson, right?
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to reboot. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, when he came out and would do like mean shit, and then he'd give you the eyebrow and ask you if you could smell what The Rock was fucking.
Yeah,
cooking.
when he got
Just
that
talk
character down,
shit.
dude, but it took him like a good solid like year and a half to like really cook that character. You know, like at
Yeah.
first he didn't really have that down, but when he got that character down, it was like, I mean,
It's pretty wild, actually, if you think about Cody. That heels tend to be more popular than faces anyway.
of course, yeah.
It's like,
You know, I mean, like, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin really he was a face, but he was like the first guy that was kind of like a face and a heel at the same time. You know,
That was also like a
Bionic
specific time,
redneck.
right? It was like the 90s and stuff like that. People were all about the anti-hero, right? Just like there was,
yeah.
you couldn't have like a proper face anymore.
And
Like,
that
your
was the
face
thing.
had to
Like,
be like a bit dirty.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Stone Cold, kind of like I think was the first guy I saw like as a kid, because I was obsessed with wrestling growing up. You know, from the
Sure,
time
yeah.
I was like 3 years old, all the way till I was a teenager. I watched wrestling, and I remember like seeing Stone Cold, and that was the first guy. I was like, is this guy a good guy or is he a bad guy?
Yeah.
You know, like I was kind of like, because you know, it was always like very straightforward. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy?
Yep.
But like Stone Cold was the first guy I saw that was like, I don't know if is he a good guy? You know,
he's
like
always
I'm gonna-
down in the can of beer and smack it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
15 says. And
You
all
can
that
really see like
shit.
the difference with between like Hulk Hogan, right? When he became like when he changed and became Hollywood Hogan.
Hollywood Hogan,
Changed
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that live, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
But because Hulk Hogan was like the archetypal face, right? He would never
What?
do anything
Yeah.
that would be bad
Yeah.
example for kids in public, anyway.
Here, brother.
It's
Yeah, in public.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
all the Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah.
And all that shit. And then
Yeah.
Randy Savage was another one that was like,
Dude,
sometimes
Randy
you
is
were
my
good,
hero, man. Even to
sometimes
this
you were
day,
like,
he's my favorite.
Randy's-
He's like one of my favorite people of all time.
That was
best,
like
the best promos.
Randy
No,
Savage
he
was one of
did
like
have the
it was
best
back
promos
then
of
like
all
that was
And
the
the
time
beat
when I was
goes
watching
on.
wrestling.
Yeah, the beat goes on.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'd keep doing all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
that
he'd
was
start
the time
off.
when I-
He'd start off
when I-
like real quiet. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, let me tell you something, me Jim. Oh yeah, this Friday night. Oh yeah, me and Hulk Hogan. Oh, we're gonna get it on." And then he'd get like really fucking fiery. You know?
start yelling.
That's like back like in the time like Randy Savage like in the 80s when I was watching wrestling and stuff like that. Like and it was like I like Randy
Yeah.
Savage, Macho Man, like I like Razor Raymond. Like they
Yeah,
had, like,
Razor
they
Ramon,
like
dude.
Razor
Jake the
Ramon,
Snake.
yeah.
yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they all like
Stone
those
Cold
like they had their dirty character as well. I guess I
Yeah.
like the heel too
Yeah,
back then.
Well, that was always
Yeah.
the problem.
Well-
Like, yeah, if you went heel, you sold less merch, and those guys get a cut of it. So it kind of sucked for them. That like, if you were the good guy, naturally, like all the little kids were like, "Yay!" So that's why you got all the whatever the Hulk Hogan and what's his name, who's John Cena shirts. They would like sell like crazy, and all these other guys. Like when we got back into it, like I'm trying to think, maybe 2011 or 2012 or whatever like that. Because my buddy was like, "You got to watch wrestling again," because CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb. I'm like, "All right, what's this all about?" I was like, "Oh, okay, there's some good stuff." I actually bought merch for who was it? Daniel Bryan. I thought he was really good, and what's his name? IRS's kid, Rotunda. He was playing like the crazy Swamp Hillbilly cultist at the time. He was awesome. I was like, I'm gonna buy a shirt for him too, and it sucks because he was like the nicest dude, and then he ended up, I forgot what happened to him. He had a heart attack or something.
yeah,
He
yeah.
passed, like- and he was only like in his 30s. I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Ecstasy.
Who was the face in the back in the 80s?
Hulk
It was
Hogan.
Hogan, yeah, for the most part.
I mean,
Yeah, Hulk Hogan,
you had-
Junkyard Dog.
Ultimate
When,
Warrior.
when,
they
when I
really
was
pushed
watching
it.
Hulk Hogan was when I
There
was
was
watching
something
Hulk Hogan
based
wasn't big. Like there was because Hulk Hogan had kind of a gap, right? Like in around the 80s, like Hulk Hogan wasn't in the scene really much. Like he was there like early 80s maybe.
Maybe
no,
early he wasn't, but mid
late
80s, it was all
80s.
about the Hulkamaniacs, and his arch enemy
Oh,
was
yeah?
fucking Roddy Piper.
No, it was
They were always
so, like his
going
first
down.
arch enemy was Andre, right? But that was a fabricated enemy. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
actually
before my
like an
time.
enemy. They like fabricated that for WrestleMania, right? Like Andre
Right.
the Giant. And then you had like Roddy Piper, and then you had Macho Man, right? Like at one time Macho Man
Yeah.
was his enemy. They had like a whole feud. And
Yeah.
then like I mean, to be honest, Hulk was like the face all through
Yeah.
the 80s. Right.
Yeah.
Like even when
Yeah.
and then you had Ultimate Warrior who was supposed to be like taken over, but still like Hulk Hogan was still like, you know, like the
Ultimate
big-
Warrior was supposed to be
Come
like a
out in the
face.
yellow shirt.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he had like
yeah.
this,
Yeah,
fucking
he had like
rip
this
it
like
off.
yeah.
that guy sucked.
He did
You
suck.
go-
Warrior.
you go back, you go
When
back
I
and
was a
watch.
little
And you're
kid,
like,
when I was a little kid watching wrestling, like I loved the
Mhm.
Ultimate Warrior, you know,
Yeah.
as a kid. But like now
boy.
I'm like, yeah, this guy sucks.
yeah.
Sadly, my my camera's not working well. You know, maybe a
Oh.
boon for you guys not see my face.
The animal, yeah. Big fat hairy dude that would come out.
George the Animal.
George
Steel.
the Animal Still.
He had the green tongue, and he'd eat
You
the
know, I heard
turnbuckle.
he is a school teacher or some shit. I
There
don't
you
know if that's true or
And
not.
Oh, there you go.
now,
There you are.
all right.
Yes.
Yeah, you had Coco Beware, which is why I
Yeah,
always
Coco
call
Beware.
Coco Beware.
So,
George the Animal Still.
Yeah.
You got to like how they had Yokozuna, and that guy wasn't even Japanese.
no, he was Hawaiian.
He's
He was
just
Samoan.
Samoan.
He's a Samoan from Hawaii. Mr. Boivin,
Iron Sheik, Sergeant.
One of my
Slaughter.
favorite faces, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time is Bret the Hitman Hart. Right.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, man. I love Bret.
I didn't like him. I didn't like I don't like he for me like the Bret Hart, he was coming as gay to me. So I didn't
Really?
like him.
I never
Yeah.
got that. I never got that vibe.
Well, who was the dude that always come out in like a bathrobe?
I don't remember like
Something
Ravishing
the Lover
Recruit?
Boy, whatever.
I don't
Are you
know.
talking about Val Venus?
Maybe he always come
Val
out in
Venus?
like a bathrobe and shit.
I remember
Yeah.
you remember that first like Val Venus like promo, and it's like a porno.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
He,
he's
he
like- he's
stepped
like
up out of the
looking
bush with the purple helmet
Yeah,
on.
that,
and I'm
that was like
I
the
get
first
it.
like promo when they introduced like Val Venus, and he's like with like a porno model, and he's like, yeah,
Ted,
I'm Val Venus. And
you
he's like
hear me now?
oil and shit.
Yes, we can hear you, Bear.
Yes.
And then the Crow came out, and you got Sting.
Well, Sting was
Hey,
like,
the Warrior used to wrestle together as the Blade Runner.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But then all of a sudden he started showing up looking like Eric Draven.
Yeah, and that was what's his name? That was Razor Ramon that told him to do that. Scott Hall.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Scott Hall.
It was like he remembers because he was like, "Hey yo, why don't you dress up like the Crow?"
You should dress
That's how
up
he
like the
described
Crow.
And he was like, "Yeah,
But-
that was a good idea."
But
And
Mr.
then
Max, I have
Mark-
something I want to say to Mr. Max. If you guys could just give me a quick second.
Okay.
I don't know where the hell you were in the 80s, brother, but that was the Hulkster's time, brother. I ruled it. The 26-inch pythons, the hanging, the banging, the saying the prayers. What you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs
Yeah,
wild
yeah.
on you?
Yeah. No,
And he'd
but
always get
like,
his ass beat, and he'd start doing that. And as the crowd got louder and louder, he'd be like, "The Hulkamaniacs," and all that. shit.
when I was a kid, right? Because I'm born like in '82, right? When I was a kid, and I only watched like wrestling when I was fairly young, and like Hulk Hogan, like we know who he was, but he wasn't around very much back then, right? Like
Max
it
was
like,
too busy watching mimes and shit, you know.
exactly. But that's also the thing. Like I have a different reading of some characters because of like I'm French Canadian, I guess,
Cosplaying
right?
Men Without Hats videos, you know. Safety dance.
I was too
Yeah.
busy
Like
reading
I do
Camus.
remember like Rougeau being the good guy, right? Like the Rougeau brother and like being the good guys that we were rooting for. Mad Dog Vachon, remember him too?
Mad Dog Vachon, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, that guy.
I remember the best dude though when it come to really putting over themselves in wrestling at that time was Paul Bearer. Like that dude would come out all
Yeah.
pasty.
You
fat,
ever want to laugh? Go watch
yeah,
the
yeah.
old Texas wrestling movies, Precious Paul Pringle.
Yeah, but when he came out and he was talking for like the Undertaker,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna get it. No,
Oh, my Undertaker.
yeah,
Yeah.
fat under here, and he just
Yeah.
be like, and then
God, I
he
love
would
that
go, bong, and the
So
Undertaker.
you want to talk about selling, because selling is the term in the business means like making the move look like it hurt,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Chris Benoit, whatever we want to say about him, we used to say he sold it like he was shot. And if you go watch his old matches, it doesn't matter who he's fucking fighting. He puts every one of their moves over like they're fucking a titan.
He
It's
really did.
incredible.
Chris
They learned that in
Benoit was a
Japan.
Great wrestler. He just went crazy.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't go crazy. He was in so many fucking pain meds and OxyContin and all that shit that it fucking scrambled his brain. He didn't go crazy. He was fucking concussed and chemically jacked up to the moon.
know,
You know?
Yeah. Well, he had prescription TRT, and he was taking 6 times the amount like you're supposed to. He was just like, I just squirted on, baby, and like,
Yeah.
like
Fucking-
yeah, it messed his brain up really bad. Well, that and
Now,
you know
is
his
that Kurt
finishing move
Angle
being a
that somebody
diving headbutt
posted
doesn't
on my
help.
Discord?
What's that?
That's giving you like the really crazy. Someone posted.
Yeah, yeah, they were just staring. That's
Kurt
that's,
Angle,
that's
and he
Kurt
gave you,
Angle,
like,
yeah.
Fucking rape eyes or something. Like if
That's
you
the
saw
meme.
that guy looking at you on a subway, you'd be like, "Fuck this!" I'm moving to another car, and I'm like, "Is that Kurt Angle though?"
Yes, that is Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's current day Kurt Angle. He's looking a little rough.
He's looking like he's all messed out and plotting to steal your fucking car or something. I don't know what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
looking like he broke into your car and drank all your battery fluid.
See, John Cena killed wrestling for me. When he came in and he was all, you know, you can't finish.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah,
I'm
man.
fucking done with
Yeah,
this
yeah.
bullshit.
Like
He
John
just- Now,
Oh, yeah.
I
fucking
love
Randy
the
Orton.
memes of John Cena looking like Mao Zedong, where he's got the Mao haircut. It's
I
just-
like Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. Holy fuck. And when
He's
they would do
still
that, when they had that run where he would just show up, put someone in an RKO out of nowhere, and then it just turned into a fucking meme where they just have like someone standing beside the pool about to fall in, and they just fucking edit in Randy Orton RKOing them into the pool and shit. Fuck, that was
He still can bring it, dude. He still
Can he?
does. Yeah,
He's in
yeah,
decent
totally.
shape, yeah.
I saw him live a few months ago when they were here in Nashville. He was at the show, and dude, he still can bring it. He
Yeah,
can
good for
still
him.
he can sell it.
I know
Good.
that what's his name? We mentioned him, Foley. He's all fucked up. He lives down here in Florida, not far from where I am.
Yeah.
And between Mick Foley, but Mankind, he played that character a lot.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack.
Cactus
Cactus
Jack
Jack
and
and Dude
Dude Love. Which
You remember?
was
You remember the
supposed to
Royal
be-
Rumble where you did all three?
Yes, and then they introduced Cactus Jack.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
You know why? Because Nick Foley's an educated
Dude,
man,
love
and
is
it's
not the
supposed to be
right guy
id,
for
the
something
ego,
like
and
this.
super ego.
But there is a guy that you might want to meet. And then the Cactus Jack music started, and the audience went fucking nuts. So it was. I remember that. Fuck.
It was
Yeah.
good.
He was doing a thing on the id, the ego, and super ego.
The greatest swerve in the history of wrestling, and I will argue this till my end of days. Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Absolutely.
We were watching that fucking pay-per-view live,
That's
and
all
Hogan comes down the fucking ramp, and me and my friends are like, "Ah, fuck you, Hogan!" And we're throwing shit at the TV, like they're gonna fucking have Hogan saved. What the fuck? None of us saw it coming.
It was crazy, man. It was
That was
crazy.
good.
Dude, I was a kid, right? Like that blew my mind because that was like Hulkamania, baby, right?
But was it
That's why I'm
wasn't like
watching
a
WCW's Hulkamania and Macho Man and all that shit. Then he did that, and I was just like, I remember just being like, what?
What the fuck?
It's like-
wasn't that thing also
Straight
that
on
had to do with like the right, like with the WWF and the NWO, and he couldn't bring the character of Hulk Hogan to, I don't know, like I thought it was something like to do with rights of the character.
No,
No,
he
no,
owns his own rights.
No, Hulk Hogan's his name.
No,
I
so
don't know if
like,
it's
they
his real
never
name.
get to
No. Terry Bollea is his
Yeah.
name, but that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there.
Yeah, I
Terry.
think he lived in Tampa or Miami or some shit.
Yeah, he's a Florida guy. No, the rights thing was when Ric Flair came to the WWE and he brought the
Oh.
NWA belt with him.
And they
And they weren't allowed to show the belt on TV. They had to digitize it out so you couldn't see the belt. But it was like it was so cool when Flair showed up.
He had
And
the
then
best line.
And then because of Hogan, the WWF pisses the whole thing away, which is you want Hogan Flair. We've been waiting for Hogan Flair for 10 fucking years. Give us Hogan Flair. And they don't. And it's because
I
Hogan was
absolutely
refused
love-
to do the job for fucking Flair.
Ric Flair, when he would
Doesn't
be
work for
like
me, brother.
talking his shit, and he'd be like, "And you may not like it, but you will learn to love it."
Yeah, you will learn to love it.
Yeah.
Kiss stealing, limo riding, jet flying. Yeah. Son of a gun.
Did you ever see the promo he did against Jay Lethal in TNA? Where
No.
they were, oh my god!
I
Yeah,
have seen
you gotta
that,
watch that.
So I
Yeah,
did-
where Jay
I did.
Lethal does like a
Yeah,
almost spot on Ric Flair
Wow.
impression to Ric Flair in the ring, and they're going back
Yeah.
and forth. It's
Jay
hilarious.
Lethal, dude, was so good. He's so good
Very
at doing
good.
those fucking impersonations. He was
Yeah.
really good at doing Macho Man too.
Yeah,
I used to love watching fucking what was his name? The guy who could do everyone in the WWE. Like he could do fucking Definition. Who was that fucking guy? He'd do vignettes where he'd just do impersonations of all the other wrestlers. It was like in the late 90s. And he did fucking what's his name? Asshole. The guy was the ECW, first ECW. Fuck, what's that guy's name? He was the professor when he was not Lanny Poffo, but he was like he would do that thing where you have the chalkboard and he would be like definition and he'd like define the match and all that. Then one day they had this other guy doing all the skits of all the wrestlers and he gets to him and it's like spot fucking on. It was like Jesus Christ. Now you could tell when you were done with Vince, when Vince was fucking done with you, other wrestlers were allowed to make fun of you on the show.
Oh yeah.
Like that, there was no coming back from that. None. Shane Black. Not Shane Black. Shane. Fuck, he was the first ECW champion. He was the night when they were Eastern Championship Wrestling of the NWA. He refused to do the job for the NWA champion and then held up the ECW belt and went, "This is the Extreme Championship Wrestling." Shane Douglas.
Shane
Douglas.
Yeah.
What was that fucking character he did in WWF where he was like a super smart teacher guy?
I don't remember that.
Fuck. It's gonna drive me nuts. What the
I
fuck
don't
was
remember
that?
this.
Best part about the Undertaker is when somebody kick him in the head and you think he was knocked out, and they
Dean Douglas.
just sit
Dean
straight
Douglas.
up. I mean, I got like a thrill from that every time. Like
You see, like when I was watching when I was a lad, right? The character like Undertaker,
Yeah.
for me, they were the one that would take away from my enjoyment because they were too goofy.
Well,
Like
my
when it-
friend
like-
had a great theory
when-
about that, and you would
yeah.
like Max Weber. He said, Why is it that the Undertaker is allowed to call on the powers of darkness in the ring, and Bret Hart has to rely on wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I was a Bret Hart fan, so
Me too.
Yeah.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. The excellence of execution.
I liked Undertaker when he came out in that long jacket with the fucking witch hunter hat.
I like Undertaker, but yeah.
I remember wasn't it Bret Hart or something that was talking shit at the top of the ramp, and then you just see the Undertaker show up behind him, staring at him.
The
And
look
it's
was
just
cool
like,
and stuff
oh,
like
shit.
that. Like what I didn't like is like when they start like bringing like magic stuff in the ring and like superpower and shit like that. Like for me, like okay, now like you're pushing it too far for my suspension of disbelief.
STFU
Like,
Max. I'm a D&D nerd.
Well,
I like that
yeah.
shit.
For some reason,
I hate magic
for
user.
me, like okay, so the
You hate
early
magic
'90s of wrestling, I think, is really after rewatching it recently, I think it gets a bad rep. I've rewatched the early '90s of wrestling a few years ago.
Oh,
There you go.
His turn.
He'll be right.
Paul,
Yeah,
if you drop out, James will be back in the pilot seat.
Yeah, right. Paul's got the
rotation.
steadiest internet here, man.
I guess
yeah,
so.
I got so used to power.
Hightown Internet.
Yeah. Go ahead, though. We were actually wanting to hear what you had to say, Cody.
No, I
Yeah,
was going to
let's
say, I think the early '90s of wrestling is actually like a good fucking era of wrestling.
Yeah.
There's some good matches.
Yeah,
There's some really
good shit there.
There was a match I watched one day. It was on like one of those like WWF superstars, like those clip shows they would do. And it was Shawn Michaels and Davey Boy Smith. And neither one of them was in a program at the time. They were just there because they didn't have any arcs going all of a sudden. And they put on a 25-minute fucking wrestling clinic match.
No doubt.
And like at one point, fucking Shawn puts Davey Boy in a short arm scissors, and then Davey Boy stands up with Shawn on his arm and then drops him into a backdrop. And my mother and I were watching it. We're like, oh, fuck, this is good wrestling.
There was some good wrestling, dude. There was some
There
good
was.
wrestling. There was some goofy shit. But to be honest, some of the goofy shit kind of worked. And the one thing that actually really worked is the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I can't explain why, but he worked, right? It doesn't really make sense, but he was the one goofy shit that like really fucking worked, right? And I mean, it's a testament because that dude was around for how long, like doing that stuff, and you know,
And the best was the Bret Hart Owen Hart feud.
Yeah.
All you had to do was tag.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was such a good feud.
Hey, you know the Undertaker's still around. I think he's like the mayor or governor or something in your state, Cody.
Not really.
He's somewhere down there as a politician. Mean
not
Mark.
here,
Holloway?
not here,
Yeah.
probably Texas.
Kane.
He's from Texas. He's Texan.
Kane's,
Yeah, he's like an actual elected official somewhere.
So here's what ruined wrestling forever and why we have such high injury rates now.
What?
ECW doing the extreme trash wrestling from Japan.
Yeah.
All the fucking light light heavyweights, the cruiserweights coming over after spending time in Japan. So they're wearing, topes over the ropes and hurricanranas off the top rope and all this kind of shit. So everybody started doing it because the audiences reacted to it. They finally started to embrace this luchador extreme Japanese wrestling. Problem is, when you're 5'4", you can do shit like that.
Yeah,
When you're 6'4", you wind up being like fucking what's his name, meat puppet Brock Lesnar, and you break your neck doing a moonsault off the top rope.
I remember watching that, and I was like, "Ooh, he just landed right on his head."
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that.
When you're the big show, there's just things you can't do.
But that's Undertaker's fault because he would walk the ropes. That was his whole thing, right? He'd get
when
him in
he's
the
Mean
armbar,
Mark, he'd
climb
run
up.
all around those fucking ropes.
No,
Even
but when
with
he would get him in the
He'd
arm
run up the
bars,
rope,
the Undertaker climb
Yeah.
up to the third and then walk the ropes and then drop the fucking the axe handle on it, right?
Right.
So all the big guys suddenly had to start doing top rope things. Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow brought the moonsault into the mainstream.
Yeah.
And whoever, I think it might have been Mobius that mentioned Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh,
with the 2x4.
what's up, tough guy? What's up, tough guy? It's like, why is the special needs dude got lumber and is in the ring? What the fuck's going on here?
Like,
I love it. I got an update on
has
Facebook
Down
about him.
syndrome Duggins.
You
got a-
Down syndrome Duggins.
I got,
Not as
an
good
update on,
as
I got an update on Facebook about him where he's talking about how he shot a home intruder and he's just standing there with the 2x4 and his
Really?
gray hair and he's like, oh, and it's like somebody was trying to break into Hacksaw's house and he shot him, and I was like, that's pretty funny actually.
Do you
Oh,
remember
there's
the two brothers, the New Zealanders? What the fuck did they call
Oh,
those
the
guys?
Bushwhackers.
the Bushwhackers. So
Yeah.
they were originally in the NWA and the indie scene as the Sheep Herders. And
Oh,
they
shit.
were one of the most violent, they called them vampires from the amount of blood they would have in their ring, in their matches. So we heard the Sheep Herders are coming to the WWF. We're like, oh, fuck, the Sheep Herders? This is going to be insane. Like, how's the WWF going to handle it? Then they show up and they're all like, we're like, what the fuck, Vince? What the fuck did you do?
You're gonna
But
go
they had
and,
a lot of money.
you're gonna
Kids
go
loved
and be
them.
retarded. You're gonna go in there and be retarded.
Eugene, remember Eugene?
Yeah.
The guy pretending to be a retarded wrestler? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You're too
They want
small
that.
to be a wrestler. Go in there and be a retard.
And then Max Without hunted, killed, and ate him.
Well, that's the thing. It's like back then, there were no rules. It's like I said earlier, the point I was making earlier is grab the nearest foreigner and just, he's the bad guy. It doesn't even fucking matter. If he's not American, he is the bad guy. Fuck with him.
You remember how
You
much of
know,
a
he
betrayal
can
it
even
was
be
when
like-
Sergeant Slaughter was walking out with Saddam Hussein? You were like, this is just, how can this happen?
He
Unimaginable.
was with the Iron Sheik. He was with the Iron Sheik, yeah. The Iron Sheik there was a fucking character. Do you ever listen to him be interviewed and all that? I put you in camel clutch and break your back and fuck you like a woman. What?
Wait, what?
What the fuck are
He
you
was
talking
Turk,
about?
wasn't he?
He was I think he was actually Persian. I think he was legitimately Persian.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
he,
the
you got
club,
if you go
yeah.
watch some of those interviews he did in the last 10, 15 years before he died, Jesus, the shit he would talk about. You jabroni, you fucking jabroni, I fuck you in the ring. It's like, okay, calm down, buddy. Just calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy times, man.
But that's the thing, right? Like the one thing they always used to do was they made a point of never hurting each other. And Bret Hart made a statement. He goes, "Yeah, I never injured anyone in the ring." It's true. No, he never injured. He took care of the guys who wrestled with. Goldberg injured people.
Yeah.
Goldberg put fucking Bret Hart out of wrestling by giving him a fucking concussion, like an insane concussion. That guy should never have been allowed in wrestling. He was a fucking nightmare. But
Yeah.
this is the problem. At that point, wrestling was all about like beyond spectacle. At that point, it was like, well, what crazy shit can we do? Because they were dying. They were losing money. You know, WCW was losing
Have
money.
a big former football player show up, and then we'll just make this unbeatable streak that he had. And it's like, the guy cannot wrestle. That's why I loved it when Steven Regal's like, I'm going to have a wrestling match with him, and ignored all that like spear bullshit and all that, and it made him look like the turd he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
Goldberg sucked.
Steven Regal's still one of my favorite wrestlers.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Remember when
that's
he
the
and
point. That's why they train
Jean-Paul Levesque
not hurting each
were
other,
the Blue Bloods? Remember when they were the Blue Bloods? Steven Regal and Jean-Paul Levesque?
Yeah.
Which is his real name.
I mean, any idiot can get in the ring.
When you
and
choose
hurt
that name,
the
it's not your
other
real name.
dude.
It's a
That's
terrible
Oh,
name.
that's his name. No, Hunter Hearst
Yeah.
Helmsley, Triple H. His real name is Jean-Paul Levesque.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
think he was that before he became Triple H.
Yes, and then he came in as Hunter Hearst Helmsley to the WWE, and he was skinny as fuck, and he was a lightweight. He was going to be the IC champion. Then he fucked up and pissed off Vince, and Sean was the champion, couldn't be touched, and Razor Ramon and Diesel left the WWF. So fucking Triple H ate shit on that one and jobbed for a year.
Triple H, like,
Well,
Frank
the
and
rules
that,
are
yeah.
don't fuck the boss's daughter. Eventually,
Huh.
the boss had to get used to
He
it,
wasn't
but-
fucking the boss. No. So it's called the Manhattan Goodbye, where basically it was Diesel and Razor Ramon's last match in the WWF before they were heading down to WCW, and it was against Shawn Michaels and Hunter. And at the end of the match, they all started hugging because they were the Clique, right? They were all buddies backstage. And they started hugging in the middle of they broke kayfabe in front of Madison Square Garden. And Vince was like, Diesel and Razor are leaving. I can't punish them. And Shawn's currently my champion. I can't punish him. All right, Triple H, you're eating shit for a year. And he ate shit. He was supposed to be the king of the ring that year. He ate shit for a year straight. Then he starts fucking the boss's daughter and jacking himself up on gorilla hormones or something and ruined the WWF.
Yeah.
How the
I
fuck does
remember
Triple
when
H
he came
break
out.
the Undertaker's fucking WrestleMania streak? How is it Triple H that does it? Oh, you're the booker. That's how that happens. Wow.
Yeah.
I remember
Yep.
when he came out, and I think he had a partner, and he would be dressed up like fucking prep and have like the Izod shirt and the fucking like the sweater tied over like.
Well, he used to be like Hunter Hearst Hemsley, right? He'd be like
Yeah.
this kind of like
The
Oh,
rich guy.
it was his Jean-Paul Levesque character that he carried over from WCW.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
aristocratic guy.
right.
Yeah, he was doing
that
the
was his
whole
little
"I'm
stick.
rich, check me out, I'm a
Yeah, he
prep."
came out
It
in like a
wasn't-
horse
it really
riding
wasn't
costume.
until-
Yeah.
It wasn't really until like DX that he like really created like the Triple H character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which sucks. But let's
Yeah.
take it all the way back to the
I'm
beginning of
not
this
sure what the Triple
conversation.
H character
And all
is.
I have to say to you, if we take it all the way back to the beginning of the conversation, is there ain't nobody alive can touch the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the baddest dog in the pound, baby.
Oh wait, no. Do you remember Dusty Rhodes' son came out?
Dustin.
Stardust?
That
Or
was
Gold
amazing.
Dust.
Gold Dust was amazing. I loved
love
Gold Dust.
I love
Yeah.
Gold.
Jesus. Watching the homophobia just rip through the audience, like, we hate you because you're gay.
He's running around in a sparkly gold unitard.
And he's got his wife with the big fake bolt-on tits and a giant cigar.
It's
The
just like,
Fuck.
okay.
Yeah. She was good too. She was fucking good too.
Well, I mean, he basically come from wrestling aristocracy, really. I mean, Dusty Rhodes was
Straight for
old
the
school,
park.
old school.
Oh, that you can't keep the dog in the pound because the bad dog in the pound gonna get out. You're gonna get the hand job, baby. That's how that works, baby. Fucking Dusty Rhodes.
What Dusty
His
Rhodes
lip-
from like fucking Georgia or somewhere? Like,
He from everywhere, baby. He walk every road. The Dusty Rhodes of America is where Dusty Rhodes come from, baby.
he was funny.
Straight
So
from
that's
the
it. Now I have to do a video of Jesse Ventura and Dusty Rhodes having a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh
there we go.
my god!
Yeah, awesome.
I'm gonna have a fucking horse throat by the end of that one. Fuck.
Oh, throw some Sean Connery in there too.
They're interviewing Sean Connery. Yeah, a bunch of pushes. That's what you.
Yeah.
I'll give you a schmack. See how you like it.
It's pretty funny because like that ultimate fucking rap of history thing, they
Yeah.
did a spy thing with James Bond versus Austin Powers, but then Sean Connery shows up towards the end and like smacks the shit out of Austin Powers and calls the new James Bond guy a duck-faced cunt or some shit like.
You're a duckfish cunt. That's what you are.
He's like, and he's talking like, I didn't need all that bullshit when I was the 007. And then Austin Powers like, well, you got to admit, you get a little rapey, baby. I mean, I like to get around, but no means no, and all this shit. And Sean Connery just smacks the fuck out of it. It's like,
It's funny when I remember like when Daniel Craig was cast as James Bond, people were mad because like he was blonde. And I said, James Bond's gonna be blonde, and people were fucking pissed off, right? And now they're fucking talking about like casting, like at some point they were talking about casting Idris Elba as the next fucking James Bond. So like,
I think so. I
Man.
think the
we'll
mistake
be
is
lucky to
okay,
get
so hang on,
Idris
hang on.
Elba and not some black woman.
Right up until Skyfall, you could always make the case that James Bond was a code name, not a person.
That's
Right.
right.
You could always say that, like when one guy dies, there's a new 007, and he's now Commander James Bond.
That's what
Here's
I
your
always
identity.
thought.
This is who you are.
When
And then
I was a
fucking Skyfall ruins that with them going to the Bond estate and all that bullshit. So I was fine with the idea of Idris Elba right up until Skyfall. Because I'm like, well, fuck. Because you'd be fine. Yeah, we got a black guy. He's James Bond now. What the fuck? Who cares?
Yeah,
Felix
growing
Leiter,
up, James Bond was 007.
that's all you need to know.
007 James Bond identity, because you had 007.
They actually made that like
Sean
canon.
Bean like 006 or 00 something.
Sean Bean was 006.
He was
I
006.
thought the 007 was like a
Oh, wow.
license,
Paul's turn.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
well,
the 007 was like a license.
he lasted
License
the
to
longest,
kill.
though.
Yeah. But it
Haha.
Streak is over here.
Yeah.
Lost the big one, all the way from the top down to the bottom. Yeah.
It's all right, brother. Because you and me, we're going to team up. It's going to be macho madness.
Talking about mega powers. Oh,
Mr.
Elizabeth.
Bret Hart.
I still,
gotta-
that's my, till
gotta
my
spin it
dying day, my favorite fucking thing in the history of WWF. Elizabeth? Elizabeth? Will you marry me?
I love it.
Well, wasn't that part of when they made Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage be enemies because the story was that Hulk Hogan had banged Miss
So they were the mega powers. They had come together as the mega powers, and then Hogan
yeah, the
protected
big
Elizabeth
ridiculous
one time.
handshake. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
You go right in there.
Which, to be honest, Hulk might have, because there's some
could've, yeah.
videos floating around of Hulk just randomly banging pretty much everything and everyone.
No, I don't think he would have with Elizabeth, because Macho Man didn't fuck around in real
Lex
life.
Luger did though.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So apparently, Randy, when he died, he was driving down the street in the Jeep with his wife, and he was driving, and he realized he was having a heart attack. And she said he immediately was like, I'm dying, and he just turned the wheel off the road because he knew he was about to die, and he didn't want to take out like 20 people with his car as he was dying.
Oh wow.
That's pretty fucking impressive. You know what I mean? Like you got to give that guy credit.
Yeah, he cared.
What did he die?
He had a heart
Cared
attack
about things.
Yeah, hard attack.
Oh,
It was a while
You
ago.
know,
while driving.
15, 16
this
years
has
ago.
been an amazing little fucking get together thing, but it's been 3 hours and I gotta go to bed.
all right.
Okay,
Well.
bye.
But we've literally spent 2 hours just fucking going off on WWE wrestling.
Yeah,
Dude,
just
we
when I
can go
show up, right? I'm like,
It's like
Or you got me and Bear and Paul apparently.
Yeah,
Like-
apparently.
yeah.
Apparently, we spent the 80s watching wrestling.
Role-playing games.
Golden
Except
Golden,
no,
yeah.
it's 3 hours of WWE.
Which is
Anyway, it
playing
was
in
a
its
lot
own
of fun.
form.
I had a blast.
Yeah. It's role playing sport.
Max, it is
Storytelling
actually
in its
because
own
they
way.
are all role-playing a
Yeah.
thing, you know.
And you
But
need to be
peace,
pretty
love,
athletic.
guys. I hope you have
Take
a
care, guys.
wonderful rest of your evening.